many miles we walk, the many things we learn, the building of a shrine, only just to burn. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the United Gamedom podcast. It is episode 83. This is pretty much the end. It's coming up the end of another year. We are in the last sort of weeks. This is the end of November as we're recording this here. I'm of course one of your hosts, Darrow, and with me is the Canadian, Montreal's finest, Mr. Denis Poirier.
Hello.
How you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing good. We actually have a restaurant here called Montreal's Finest, so that's that's cool. I'm a restaurant now. Yeah.
Okay, that's a weird name for a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's usually just like a tagline or something, for a restaurant or like a venue or something. Montreal's Finest, and that's actually what it's called.
Yeah, but it's a very, very old restaurant. It's been around for I think since the 40s or something like that. So.
Oh jeez, so it is. Have you ever?
Back then they didn't have very creative restaurant names, so.
Okay.
There you go.
Have you ever eaten there?
Yeah, it's a good. It's pretty much hot dogs and fries and hamburgers and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. I really enjoy it. Their hot dogs are pretty good for sure.
Okay, that's pretty cool then. How you been doing this, lads? Like, it's been a while since we actually last recorded. Anything new in your life?
Yeah, it's been all right, I guess. I've been mostly, well, I haven't been playing a ton of video games because I've been doing other stuff, life-wise, let's say, quote unquote. Hanging around with the missus and doing stuff, and going to movies and seeing different movies here and there, but not all good movies because I've been catching her up on Marvel because she hasn't seen one single Marvel movie. So we've been, with the passing of Stan Lee, we kind of got back into watching. She's seen a couple of them, but not a ton. So we started from Iron Man 1, and we're working our way up. We're at Winter Soldier now. So.
Oh yeah, the best one.
yeah, the best one.
Well, besides Infinity War, anyway.
Yeah, I think Infinity Wars is still my favorite one. Guardians is my second favorite. The first Guardians, which I can't wait for her to see. She hasn't seen it, so yeah, I think it's maybe the next one. Is it the next one after?
Yeah, that's the next one after Winter Soldier. So it is.
So. Working our way through.
So are they on Netflix or anything, or what?
A couple of them are on Netflix, and others I just some of them I have on Blu-ray. Others her father-in-law has on her stepfather rather has on Blu-ray. So we kind of borrow them and watch them because he's a big her stepfather. Man, what's up with the ring in here? The stepfather is on. He loves everything Marvel and wrestling, and so he's pretty much like almost a copy of me, which is funny. Kind of like the same things.
Does he like video games?
Nope, that's the one thing he doesn't really like. So he knows of them, but he doesn't. If I say Red Dead Redemption 2, he's like, oh yeah, that game with the cowboys and everything. I'm like, yeah, that type of game and stuff like that. Like, he knows the most popular ones, like Halo, like the common video game he knows about, but he's not if you go around and tell him, hey, have you played Dead Cells, or have you played Undertale, or he's like, what the fuck is that? He doesn't really know anything about those, but yeah, my girlfriend's been watching me play Red Dead. she kind of enjoyed watching me play it. So I let her play a little bit. I let her ride around on the horse and do some hunting, and she enjoyed it. She's not a big video game person, although we did play some Just Dance 2019, I think is the new one that came out recently.
Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, I think it's 2019.
Like we got that for her daughter, and we played some of that. So she has a Wii U, so we played on the Wii U. So yeah, so, I mean, she's not a big video game. Like she likes watching me play the video games, like the Red Dead Redemption and stuff like that, but she doesn't really play. She like reads a book while I play or something like that. So
Yeah, that tends to be the case with a lot of sort of couples anyway. Like some people might, or like with the relationship, some people. Sometimes you might be with a person who's like video games, but a lot of times like it seems to be the majority. Like you're with someone who doesn't like particularly are interested in video games, but do like watching people. Like I like follow people on podcasts and that. They're like they're like they're married and stuff like that, and they're not really into video games. Like they're significant others now, so it's a common thing. So it is.
yeah, I think it's pretty much. I don't see like I wouldn't see myself fighting over the consoles or the computer with her. So I'm kind of glad she doesn't like video games. Because when I want to play, I'm not always fighting. Hey, I want to play now. No, I want to play. So, I think it's better that way. Let's say. So I can enjoy my stuff when I want to. When I want to get away a little bit, and play a little bit of it. So I play significantly less than I used to because I have other stuff to do and work and everything like that, which I've been thinking of changing jobs and moving on. Like I think a little bit like you, if you want to get into that, I think you've been talking about that. So
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, I said it on Twitter. If you follow me, I've getting to the end of the line with my job at the moment. Though it's really gone down the shitter this year though, because it's like earlier this year is this whole different sort of restructure now. Like a bunch of people left. Because it's like they've changed the way that restructure and management stuff now. There's like it's just a few people now in charge and stuff like that, and it's just been a nightmare really though. Like it just seems to be totally unorganized now. I don't know. It's like I didn't mind it so much. Like it wasn't like a job I absolutely loved now. But like I was like, okay, I didn't mind coming in because I was able to listen to podcasts and stuff like that, listen to music and out there, and basically that's the only thing that's getting me through the nights.
Do they prevent you from listening to this now, or
no? It's not that. Okay. No, it's nothing like. It's just
the environment.
It's just the environment and the morale. Like when your other colleagues, like when they're just like really like a low morale, just like just talking shit about certain things, which a lot of them are like valid points now, valid criticisms out there. It's like yeah, definitely, but there's no point talking to them though, because they're just basically basically said to you, well, they're basically if they say to you like, well, if you don't like it here, just fuck off then, just there's the door, which is like I'm pretty much gonna do that. Like I think I'm going to start looking for a job in the new year because I've pretty much got to the point where I hate that job now.
Yeah.
So
I can kind of get that.
That wasn't the case though. Like I've been there 10 years now, and I like there was there's like periods of time where it's like, oh, I still want to work, or I'm just dreading going in and stuff like that though. But I wasn't to the point where I absolutely fucking hated going in there. Maybe probably 2009 though, when the Christmas season was really effing bad, and 2 years ago as well in 2016, which it's pretty much like this here now. Like I work in retail, therefore it's like the worst time of year for people like me, because it's going to be really fucking busy, especially in the section I work in, which is BWS booze. and therefore you're going to get a lot of infantry coming in. And 2 years ago, it was an absolute nightmare because there's just so much infantry coming in each night, like several thousand cases of booze, which wasn't necessary, and about 70% of it was overstock. It wouldn't go out whatsoever, and it just clogged up and up and up. And everywhere you go in the back in the warehouse, there's just full of booze. Go in the freezers are fresh. There's booze. You go in the online section, which is like the online people do their online delivery stuff. It was just booze all over the place. And it's getting there at the moment. So it is. And we're not even in December yet. Luckily, though, there was a little thing on Friday night, though, when I was working, where they actually started sort of... one of the guys I work with sort of like spent the day, like, putting the wines and that on these boards and out there. But the problem is, there's just so, like, there's just to the point where we can't even get all the delivery done because there's just so much of it coming in, and a lot of it's just the same shit there's already, like, load of cases of. Therefore, it's not necessary for some of it to come in again. Just have that bunch of cases coming of it, like certain spears or certain wine, then wait till till point for it to go, and then order in more. But they always order in like way too many of stuff, and it's always the same though. But it's always the same. They're just like depots who like emptying stuff out and just like sending on everywhere. Just the thing. It's like this time of year, it's just crap. So it is.
Yeah, you must be getting
But
into
like
the holiday stuff now.
Yeah. Like I'm just really, like, actually, like the last few nights weren't so bad though, but like still not just
Still
really
had enough.
fucking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was great to like get back on nights this year though, but like I said, like if I'm just so glad I'd be able to listen to stuff though, because if I didn't have that though, I would just be fucking losing my mind.
Yeah.
Cause I get that definitely. Like, it got me through the night more though, but definitely gets me through the night a lot more now.
Yeah.
Than it has previously.
Yeah, you should probably, start looking casually and try to find something better. I'm sure with, the experience that you have, it should be.
And like, it's that as well though. It's like when I'm looking following people on Twitter, and some of them like seem to be like their jobs, and like seem to be like, I'm not like, they might not be behind the scenes now, but like someone like Danny O'Dwyer and a few other ones I follow, like Kenny, Inside the Ropes, not there, like they seem to be doing like these jobs, and like they seem to be happy doing them, and I'm just kind of like I wish I was doing something I was happy doing.
Yeah. I think that's pretty
Like,
much
that's
everybody.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of people who are pretty much. I'm like, it's not like I'm the only one now. There's a lot of people around the world who are in a job that they fucking hate.
Yeah.
And I just wish out of it. Like, I was in a job before the one I was in, where I only lasted 2 months because I fucking hated it. I was really detesting it, and I had to get out of there. Like, at the moment though, it's still not that level where I'm at here with this job, but it's getting there.
Yeah. But I mean, Kenny and Danny and the cultaholic guys and stuff like that, they work their asses off though. I mean, that's non-stop work, constantly all the time. It's not like you and I, when you do your job, you go home, it's done. It's over. You don't have to talk. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to talk about it. It's over. They do their job, and then they go home and they do their job, and they wake up, they do their job, and like, it's constant. Like Drew and stuff like that. It's constantly doing your job. I'm not sure that's good. They probably love it, but
No, but I'm sure they've had their days as well. They don't just like just had enough of it though. But like, that's the thing, yeah. Like they do work their asses off though, and like that's their livelihood.
Yeah.
Whereas if they didn't do that there, they'd be nowhere because like
Yeah, exactly.
Kenny and Danny and like all of them are like supported by Patreon.
Yeah.
So they are.
And Drew and all those guys, what I mean,
Yeah.
they work really hard, and I don't think, for me anyway, I don't think that's the thing that I want. Like to start something up.
No, I wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't be able to hack it now. But like, if I was just doing something where I was a bit more, happy doing.
Hmm. Yeah, a better job or a better place, better people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for sure. There's some stuff out there because we think, oh, I'm stuck here, but no, that's not the case. There's a ton of stuff out there. There's a ton of jobs. People looking for people. It's a constant thing, and people will tell you, oh no, there won't be a better job than this here. You won't find anything better. That's not true. There's always something better somewhere else. Even though if it doesn't pay maybe as much, or you start at a lower salary, or less vacation time or stuff like that, you work your way through, and if you enjoy where you are, if you enjoy where you're going, I mean, and the job that you're going to do where you're going, it might be worth changing places, like trading up for something else. That's what I'm doing
Yeah.
anyway. I'm looking for something that'll help me, because my job also is getting to the point it's like we're always restarting over again. It's like, okay, we get to a point, things are going smooth. Oh, we got to restart over, and no, this doesn't work anymore. This doesn't work anymore. We can't do this way anymore, and stuff like that. And then we restart again, and it's the same old thing again until we get to a point. Okay, things are looking good. Nope, let's restart over again. It's like I don't think it's not something I want to do. And you and I are pretty much a dying breed because you don't see younger people today stay at the same place for long. Like they're gonna come in, work maybe a year or two, maybe three, and then move on to something else. Move on and go somewhere else and do something else.
Yeah, and a lot there's like a bunch of people who were wet left and stuff like that with this whole management thing. They either were to apply for a job, which would have been a lot lesser jobs, or they can take like a redundancy thing.
Mhm.
And a lot of them did that there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people now, like there's a lot of new ones in there, and they're all like young. They all look like they're pretty much probably teenagers and out there as well. And some of them are probably temps,
Mhm.
while other ones are just like probably there permanently though, like just getting a job.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how long they're going to last.
Yeah. Like it's
Because some people that work there who've been there, some of them have been there a while as well, and some of them shit are shit.
yeah.
Some of them, like, it just seems like they just stand there doing nothing, where other ones like work their asses off. Like I wouldn't say I'm like really like I'm a hard worker now. Like I never take any time off. Like I'm never sick or anything like
Yeah.
that there. Like I was sick there last year for a few days. Not like that was the first time since I started that job that I was actually sick.
And some people are always sick. Or always.
Some people are like some people are always sick. Some people who just like they go through the motions and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
Like there is some sort of thing happening here now. It's going to be happening soon where you have to scan in this these rollers where your infantry comes in, and you have to do certain things by a certain number of time. Try to basically sort of making it seem like, oh, if you're not doing your job right, if you're not doing the standard 50 cases an hour or whatever, then you're going to get thing, which is like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, some people stay there because maybe they don't really like the work, but they stay there because it's comfortable, and it's.
But that's the thing. It's that there, and that there's like nothing really else.
Yeah.
Like they're stuck in that job despite the fact they hate it.
There's nothing else to find, or there's nothing else to, there's people who stick at the same place nowadays is more of a rare thing than people that, I mean, it's people who stick at the same job for, 10, 20, 30 years is really rare now. It's like people keep moving around constantly, changing places, going to this job and this job and this job, and so it
Like, how long
changes.
have you been on your job now?
I've been there for 18 years now. So I mean, 18 years is a long fucking time to be working at the same
Yeah,
place.
I've been there 10. I was there 10 years now in September.
Mhm.
And the previous job, the last job I had was my actual first job.
Yeah.
Like, I never had a job before that there. Like, I did a bit of volunteer work. I went to college and university,
Mhm.
but then that was my first job. It lasted 2 months.
So this is like your like second job.
Yeah, it's my second job. And yeah,
It's
like
it's, for sure maybe you need a change. I know
I that's the thing though. Like, also the fact is though, like, I waste so much money on travel. Like, I spend over £100 each month taking a taxi, getting a bus home, and that there. Like, if I was to, like, I have a local store right near me though, and if they had some sort of full time availability, and I was to get a job there, it'd be so much great. I'd probably be getting paid less, but I'd be saving money though. I'd be saving
exactly. Yep.
I wouldn't need to be wasting so much money each month. It's pretty much on my doorstep. It's like a minute walk.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect. I mean, even if you have to
that'd be great.
take a
But the
reduction,
fact is,
so.
there's no. But that's the thing. There's like, maybe like when like next year or something, I'll ask them or something. Someone there who's like, if you ever any vacancies, full time vacancies going, just let me know.
Yeah. Yeah, just drop a word and drop your. I don't know if you give your CV or something like that. Just
Yeah, CV.
just drop it off there and say, hey, if you.
Problem is though, I haven't done one. I used to have one, but I don't know where it is. I have to make up a new one now.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
there's tons of apps online that you can just enter a couple of things and it does it for you pretty much. So
Yeah.
you don't even have to waste time, typing it up completely in Word or something like that. Just freaking drop what you're doing and what you've been doing and a couple of other information and boom, your CV's done. So yeah, it's pretty much it's a breeze doing that now. So I mean, yeah, just drop it off and say, hey, I have 10 years experience doing this, and if you ever need, somebody with experience and full-time job or something, I live like a minute away. If you need me for something, I can come in quickly or something like that and help you guys out or whatever. So
Yeah, like a shop there anyway. It's pretty much my store.
yeah,
I shop it sometimes.
so you just say, hey, if you need me to, they'll remember that for sure, and they'll say, okay, well, this guy's right on our doorstep and everything. And if we need him, give him a call or something. So see if he can come in. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, I'm probably gonna move in with my my girlfriend soon, so we're looking at some places, and if you wanna have something that's decent and that's roomy enough for us two, and when her daughter comes to when she has her daughter, like 1 week or 2 weeks per month or something like that. When she comes by, she needs her place and she needs her space and everything. So we're looking at stuff like that, and it's pricey. I mean, there's a lot of you need to pay a lot of fucking money to get a nice place to yourself. So
Yep. Look, I'm pretty much paying nearly half my wages on this house here, rent.
yeah, rent and electricity and all that stuff that you need to pay for, which is pretty garbage. But there's a lot of stuff that you need to pay for all the time. So, but yeah, we're looking into that, trying to maybe move next summer, but we'll see how it goes. So
Yeah, I'm pretty much happy where I am at the moment though. Like, if I was able to pay less, I would like to, but I don't want to like, you know, move somewhere and having to fucking drag all my games, all my consoles, all my stuff to somewhere and just waste like another week or so trying to move into somewhere, because that was just the great thing about this here, because all I needed to do was just move from next door with all my stuff. I didn't have to like, you know, use a van or a truck or anything like that now just to track my stuff to like, you know, a house or something like, you know, several miles away now. It was just right next door, and that was great. I'm just kind of lazy that way. I just can't be arsed doing that stuff.
Yeah, I understand. I know what you mean. But yeah, I mean sometimes you just have to look into other stuff and see what's gonna happen. So want to talk about video games now, or
Yes, let's
move
get
on to
into
something
the
better?
brighter side of things, though, rather than being in the doldrums about our jobs.
Yeah, not bringing people down, and they're gonna be like, "Oh man, my job sucks too," and
Yeah. Heck, we're not the only ones. There's a lot of people out there, as I said earlier.
oh yeah,
Some people are just stuck in their jobs and absolutely hate it, but like it pays the bills. That's what this job is. It pays the bills.
they don't have a choice or anything. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I mean we're keep looking, and we'll I think everybody keeps on looking for better stuff, more fun stuff. And
Yeah,
see how
like
it goes.
I'm gonna try and make a change next year now. Like I'm gonna look for another job, try and actually be in a relationship. Like I've never been in a relationship. I'm 33 years old. I've never been in an actual relationship. So that's one thing I like to change as well. But I need to be out there to do that,
Yeah,
rather than
exactly.
be an introvert, because that's pretty much because I'm just comfortable that way. But I need to, you know,
Yeah,
be a bit more social.
that's a tough thing to do because I'm pretty much the same way, and it's kind of tough to get out there and talk to people and be with people and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean it's a big step to do, but it's a good thing to do for sure. So it gets your mind off things, and it's better. I think it's better that way, also. So yep. So
Right. So
move on.
video games now, people.
Moving on to the real stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about why we're doing this podcast. It's not the fucking depressed,
Yeah.
depressed fucking hour now with Dennis and Darren. And video games, yes, there are a few of them came out recently. Do you want to talk about the big one, or do you want to leave that to last?
As you wish. I guess we can move on to the I guess smaller quote unquote video games and finish with the big one at the end. Talk about the big one.
Yes, one that's been a lot of people have been playing though. I'm actually curious to know. Like, I actually have some thoughts on that game. I haven't played as nearly as much as you. You've actually finished said game, Red Dead Redemption 2. I have not.
Yeah.
I am nowhere near finishing it.
Oh no, you
But
have a long way to go, my friend.
yeah, I'll talk about my thoughts on that game later on. But well, another game that I think you just got and played a bit of, which I got when it came out, that we can talk about, is a game based on a certain wrestling organization that we watch a lot of.
Yeah.
WWE 2K19 came out last month.
Yep.
I got the PC version, the deluxe version with all the DLC.
Okay.
On CD keys. You got it on PS4 on sale there.
Yeah, I got the deluxe version on sale with all the DLC, the characters, and it's not War Machine. What do they call War Raiders? Yeah, and who's it? War Raiders, Bobby Lashley, and who's the other one? There's another.
Like Ricochet, and I think there's a few other ones as well, like a few other NXT ones I have.
Yeah, I kind of downloaded Ricochet from the creations. I didn't know he was there, so I'm like, why aren't there two Ricochets on my NXT thing? I was like, okay, then there's the real one, and there's the The one I downloaded. Okay. So yeah, so I've been playing. I haven't played the Daniel Bryan stuff yet, and I haven't played the story mode, which looks fun, uh, enjoyable. I've immediately went into the the universe mode, which is always my fun that I like to do. Like just download a bunch of guys and put them in there and see what happens.
You just simulate matches now, do
Yeah,
you?
I simulate like everything. Like now there's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and 205 Live. Like they each have their show. So
Yeah.
I simulate their shows, and then you get to the pay-per-view. Like NXT has a pay-per-view and WWE has one. The only thing I don't understand is why the pay-per-views are not co-branded. Because now they're co-branded. For every pay-per-view is co-branded now. So I don't understand why they don't have this in the game. It's kind of weird.
Because they always have their cutoff point, though, and it pretty much that was probably like at the April.
But I mean, the rosters are very much up to date. I mean, I didn't have to make a lot of changes at all in the rosters. Like, pretty much nothing changed. Maybe move, put Nikki Cross on SmackDown, who isn't in the game, by the way, but I downloaded her.
No, her and Tommaso Ciampa aren't in it.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I mean, besides that, there's not a lot of, they're pretty much in their correct organization. I mean, the wrestlers are pretty much at the same place as they were, and it's funny because the B team is in there, and Shinsuke has his like second theme that he had after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, the Japanese one.
The Japanese version, which is, I mean, it's really, really up to date, and I don't understand why the pay-per-views are still, this is Raw pay-per-view, this is SmackDown pay-per-view.
But wasn't this the case now with like some of the earlier ones, like a few years back, where they stopped doing, the brand split kind of thing, where like they still had the two titles though, but it didn't really matter what show you were on because they were pretty much people were on both shows, but yet the WWE games still treat them like they were separate brands.
Yeah, I think they've always done that for some reason. I don't know why they still do that, but it's kind of weird. It's a weird thing.
Like they have to, that's the thing. They have to sort that out now, come next year now, because the fact is like all the. Yeah, but that was the thing, because that's the start of this year though. I think it was like the pay-per-view. It was the one after. It was Backlash, wasn't it? It was Backlash, and then that was the first one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Backlash.
It's Backlash. Yeah, the first pay-per-view in the game is Backlash when you go to the thing.
Yeah, because that was the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania that had the co-brand, because it had the blue of the back, and it had like the big L.
The big L in red.
Like a big red L lash, yeah. And that pay-per-view sucked big time as far as I know. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was really bad. I heard it was bad apart from like the first match, which I did watch, which was good. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So,
continue.
Go ahead.
No, continue. I said continue.
Okay. So, I mean, I think the presentation is way better than it was in previous years.
I do like the menus and the way it looks now.
Yeah.
It definitely looks nice now.
It looks nice. It's
like that whole structure looks way better than it has been before.
Yeah.
Where I think the other ones are just like really stuck in the past.
Exactly, and I think the commentators are, there's still a ton of repetition, but I like the special thing that they do now, like when a wrestler comes out and they're kind of commenting on the wrestler when he's going to the when he's going to the ring, saying like Roman Reigns was the champion, stuff like that, and here comes the big dog or something like that, and like they usually do on a WWE program. Like Michael Cole goes nuts and everything. Like Saxton and Corey Graves are always like fighting a little bit, so which is funny. But there's still some bad stuff. Like I simulated a ladder match, like the Money in the Bank ladder match, and you just see them stand around and just look at the ladder and go back and forth. I'm like, okay, they haven't fixed that yet. That's really, really bad. So, some stuff still bad, but I mean, it's the presentation is better. I think the flow of matches is better when I simulate them. Like the flow is better. There's not a lot of stop, look at something, and then go. It's more like a flow to the matches, and I mean, I enjoy it. I haven't played, as I said, I haven't done the Daniel Bryan stuff. I haven't done the career thing, which I'm gonna do with Kenny Omega. So should be interesting to see. But yeah, I haven't.
No, you can't. You have to you can't download a superstar. I think actually maybe you can. I don't know.
You can't do it when I downloaded the.
You have to. You can't. I don't know. I think you actually have to do you have to create a no. Like there's two separate things. There's like a creation one, like like there's the creation thing where you create a wrestler there, but then there's like a one specifically for my career.
Okay.
Where you have a limited set of flipping costumes, a limited set of moves, and you have to flipping unlock. You have to buy these packs, card packs, these booster packs to unlock more moves and costumes for that that wrestler.
Okay.
Which I fucking hate.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Like what? I just don't like that. I remember flipping career modes or story modes in older games where you create your wrestler, you have all these costumes available for you, all these move sets available for you, and the world's your oyster, and then you can go in and do your career. But no, it's like completely separate to the actual creation suite now, where you're fairly limited on what you can create.
Okay.
In that there one now, as opposed to like the proper, really detailed creation suite now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I don't like about it now, where you can't even transfer that guy over now either.
No.
You can't even create him. You can't even. I don't think you can even use him in the normal player
That's
either.
That's weird because Baron Blade
and
all the other guys are in universe. You can actually put them in universe, which is kind of weird. Like the guy with the big head and everything, like the red head, like Red Skull type guy. Like you can put them in universe, but it's weird that you can't use your created character in anything else. That's kind of bad. Yeah,
unless you create them in the actual creation suite rather than the one in my career one now. Your my player, whatever it's called. But if you did in the other one, you'd be able to use it though. But other than, I don't think you can't use them in universe mode if you create them in the my player, because it's only specifically for your my career mode that one.
How's the actual gameplay? And because I haven't really played the game, so how's the actual gameplay now?
This is the first one I've played since 2016, 2K16.
Okay.
That was the last one I got on PC now, and it's still kind of it's better, but the one thing I still hate, and it's been this way for the longest time, is I fucking hate the reversal system in this game. I absolutely detest it with all my fucking heart. I never. I used to, when I played the SmackDown games older, I used to be able to reverse fucking practically everything in those games. It was just so easy. It wasn't so fucking hard as hell to reverse stuff in that game. Whereas in these more later ones, it's you have such a minuscule window to do these reversals. Half the time I know I'm hitting it at the right time. It seems to be just 50-50, where half the time I hit at the right time, I get the reversal, and the other time I know I hit at the right time, but I don't get the reversal. And sometimes where I'm trying to about to do a move, and somehow he gets to move first, despite the fact I start the animation beforehand and stuff like that. There is still kind of things like that I do not like about this game. But in terms of floor matches and out there, I think it's been better though. Like I had a few. Like I played the one of the tower things, which
like
is like
the Mortal
new in
Kombat
this here, where
type thing.
like there's this tower mode thing where you can do these different towers and face the. There's there's Gauntlet now, which is like you have to do them in one go. Like I think you like don't recover health or anything like that now. And then there's like these step ones, which is the one I did, and it's like it was a women's one.
Okay.
Which I did with Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And I had like few matches there. And then there was this one, the last match I did there, I think I did tweet about this here, it was this submission match I had against Paige. And I beat the living crap out of her. I hit her, I did all submissions, so I was getting her down to red and flipping all that there, the limbs and all that stuff down to red. And for some reason, I could not make her submit.
Okay.
Like I switched it to the like there's two different submissions. You could either do like the rotating the rotating thing,
and the button press,
or you could do the button press one. I switched to the button press one, and despite the fact I had it down the red, or even like worse than that, she wouldn't tap out. I put her in the disarmer multiple times, just wouldn't tap out, and I was like, I just gave up. Said screw this.
Yeah.
I did go back to it though, and eventually did make her submit. But I just don't know why. And there was another guy on Twitter actually. There was another guy on Twitter who said the same. He was having problems as well. And there's a few other people saying that I didn't have a problem. And I don't know if it was because, like, I'm sure there is people who would be more resilient now. But the fact is, I had her down to red. And like I was tapping all those buttons and fucking like tapping them like fast, and like when it switch over, tapping them fast, and like I'd get so close, and then all of a sudden, like you have a certain number of seconds to try and get it up, and then it doesn't matter how fast you tap it, then it goes like the other way then.
Okay.
It's because it's like, okay, you haven't done this in the amount of time we want you to do it in, so we'll just go back the other way then to get break free of it or whatever, not now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, like. Well, like I played some of the Daniel Bryan, the showcase mode. It's pretty much just like those other showcase modes where you just follow a bunch of objectives.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. And yeah, it's fine, but again, just Reversal City.
Yeah.
I switched the thing off now where you just have
infinite reversals.
Yeah, because I could not fucking deal with. I'd rather have that rather than fucking I'd rather be able to reverse like
because you don't see that in real WWE. Okay, you have 3 reversals and that's it. You can't reverse anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, I don't like that system. It's like I thought that would be nice. Okay, that's cool then. So they won't reverse 50% of my moves, but they still reverse. And sometimes as well where I don't know. It's the way it works. Is sometimes where you can be beating someone down, your thing goes really slow. Like I think you have to you get beaten down a bit as well to get that meter up faster or something. Because sometimes it's like, okay, I'm like at 1 reversal now, and this guy is getting beaten down, or does a few moves, and all of a sudden he's gotten 2 reversal slots. It's like, okay, how is that person getting, his meter up so fast, like get faster, whereas I'm, fucking struggling to get a reversal slot. It just seemed to be the case as well for me.
Yeah.
Like that's my main problem with the game though, is just the whole reversal system. I just wish to change that. But it's been that way forever now. They're never going to change it. I just wish that I have the prompt on. I should turn it off anyway because the prompt's practically useless. Because the fact is, when the prompt shows up like right trigger to reverse, basically when that shows up, press right trigger, it just says too late. You have to press it pretty much before that actual hits, because it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
When it pops up, because it's gonna be too late anyway.
It's kind of a delay thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's input lag or anything like that. No, that's the thing. I have to sort of figure out. Like sometimes it'd be all right, reverse moves, and other times it don't. Like sometimes I got easily reverse finishers, other times I don't. It just seems to be 50-50 for me personally when it comes to that there now.
Okay.
But like other than that, though, I actually think it's, it plays fine. It's like I do a bunch of moves and stuff like that. It just like seems fine. Like other than that submission thing, like I haven't played a whole lot of it since like in a few weeks now. But other than that, like it plays fine.
Yeah, like I've seen people say that it's better than its predecessors.
It's not brilliant by any means though. Like it's never going to be as good as Here Comes the Pain or anything like those games again, unless they make a drastic change. But like it seems fine though. Like they have a lot of the roster's pretty good.
Yeah, the roster's
like
huge.
There is some omissions, of course, though.
Yeah.
But you're going to always get that in a WWE game. But it is huge.
Yeah.
A lot of the stars, the ones who are there now are there.
Yeah, Ciampa and Nikki Cross are.
Yeah,
like
they're
the big
the
omissions.
ones that suck. Like, yeah, it's a big omission. Like the NXT champion's not there.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of sucks. Like I downloaded them. That's the thing as well, though. Like the PC version, like you probably get loads and loads of downloadable creations in your side of things, whereas the PC version's a bit more light.
Yeah, that's why I got it on PS4, because I wanted more variety and more choices that I could download. I downloaded the entire. Well, they're not called Bullet Club anymore. I downloaded the entire Elite. So, like I added them to SmackDown and Raw, and made factions and everything. So, I think that's they have very good renditions of Kenny Omega and the Bucks and Cody and all those guys. They're very, very good renditions of them. So it's pretty cool. I added them to the thing. And the character creations, I mean, you go in there and you see all sorts of crap, all sorts of crazy stuff, like some wrestlers from way back when, and you get the CM Punks and the guys like that appearing here and there. So yeah, I mean, I that's why I got it on PS4, to be sure that I had all the selection that I wanted to. So.
Like I kind of wish I saved. Wished I kind of wish I waited, to be honest, to get it on the price. Like because I was like cheaper on like it was. I actually forget, was it 50 quid or something, which was still a lot cheaper. Like if I wanted to get it on PS4 when it came out for the gold edition, the deluxe edition, I'd be like paying 80 odd quid. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
that.
it's almost it's $100 or something here.
Yeah.
So
So.
It's nuts. It's very expensive, so that's why I waited for the Black Friday sale and got it for that. I got it then. I had also $15 of credit from PlayStation, so that's cool. I got it with the credit and with the 50% off, so kind of came cheap for everything that I got in that game, like all the extra downloads and all the unlockables. You just press a button and everything unlocks. So
yeah,
that's cool, because if you don't do that, if you don't have that edition, and you go to download certain wrestlers, it says, okay, you need to play the Daniel Bryan showcase, or you need to play career to get this stuff to download this character. And it doesn't even let you download the character at that point. So it's really dumb. It's really stupid. I was like, nope, good thing I have the gold edition. I just have to press a button and unlock everything. Because I had forgotten to do it when I booted it up. I was like, okay, everything's going to be there, so I was like, nope, you need to, that's right, I need to go into downloads and press that button and unlock everything, and then I'll have everything ready to go. So, yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. Graphically, some wrestlers look horrible, but others look really, really good.
Yeah, that's always the case with these games.
Like
anyway.
Adam Cole looks like he doesn't have any eyes, which is weird. So it's some of them look really, really bad.
Yeah, it always depends. Like it just goes to show, okay, who went in to get scanned and who did not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what I feel. That's that way it is.
Yeah, but it's funny though, because I would think Adam Cole likes video games because he was in that League of Legends thing on the Up Up Down Down. So I would be guessing that he likes video games. Wondering why he didn't go in to be scanned. You know, when the other.
But like, no, that's the thing. A lot of those people that be on Up Up Down Down, they don't necessarily play a lot of. They might have played video games when they're younger now.
Yeah, some of them are, but I
Like they
think
just
Adam Cole would be like, if you're playing League of Legends, you know, that's not a regular, like a casual person playing League of Legends, you know. So
But that was like a whole sponsor
Yeah, I
thing
know,
anyway,
yeah.
though.
But yeah, I mean, some guys look horrible, some guys look great. Like some really look fantastic. Like you look at the model and you're like, oh my God, okay. This one looks really, really like exactly like the person or stuff like that. So
Yeah, some of the creation ones you see are really good, though.
yeah, those two. Like the Cody that I got looks really like Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, like the one I have on the PC looks quite good as well. It's the blonde version now,
Yeah.
the blonde haired one.
Yeah. So that's I mean, when I play more, I'll have more opinions about it. But for now, I'm just playing the universe mode, and I think it's pretty cool. So that's
Yeah, like it's good though. It's like it seemed to do all right though in terms of like feedback though. It seems like this is it's better than it's been though.
It's
But
getting
still
there.
no, it's
I
still
mean, it's getting
it's still not, it's not great though. It's getting there, but like it still has a ways to go though. Like if it just fixed the reversal system
and bring back fucking GM mode.
to a standard that I would tolerate, then I would like it a lot more. Because that is my biggest pet peeve in this game. It's been that way for. I think it's been like I think it was like W12.
Yeah.
I think that was like when it started though. When that was like their sort of last kind of big rehash of the way everything sort of worked.
It's like, hey, we discovered
And I
something.
think
Look at
that's
this, you know.
and that's kind of when it started the whole that broken reversal system.
Yep.
Well, not broken though, but just like
Difficult.
I just difficult reversal system. Yep. And I know you can actually, but the thing is as well, like you can actually go into the options and sort of change like how often people reverse and stuff like that.
Yeah,
anyway.
you can put like the AI at 10% and.
Yeah, like I did put it down a bit though, and it was a bit more tolerable then. Like they didn't reverse, like they did reverse less often.
Yep.
Because you wouldn't see that in a match. Like, well, a few matches you see them like reverse a lot though, but you wouldn't see them like, you know, I do a move and then they reverse it. It's not like
just like a punch and they reverse your punch and yeah.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous though.
Yep.
Like I remember having matches in No Mercy and SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. There were some great matches though, and like I don't know when the last time I could say I had a great match in a WWE game.
I watched a couple of them on when I simulated. Like there were very, very good matches. I was like, man, this is almost better than the real thing. Like really, really good. Like near falls and you know almost NXT like matches. Like I was like, man, this is really good. This is almost better than the real product. Holy crap! So,
did you watch Cultaholic's attempt at the $1 Million Tower?
no, I haven't watched it yet. I have to watch that.
Okay. They did badly.
Oh yeah, they did badly.
Which I don't blame them though, because I tried that there and I was like, yep. Because I think the difficulty is set in Legend.
Okay.
And you have to go through 15 people, as AJ Styles, I think it's 15, I forget.
Okay.
And you pretty much don't recover health between fights.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah.
So basically, in order to, and I think that is also, I don't know if, I think that you can't switch that to the non-limited reversals now. I think you're assigned to limited reversals and that.
Must be, because that hasn't been won yet, I think. Nobody's won the $1 million and a chance to face AJ Styles yet. I haven't seen.
I think there is a few people though. I don't
Really?
know.
Okay, I haven't seen anything
I
about
don't know though. But like I said, fair play to whoever does it though, because you actually have to be a fucking master of that game. You have to like reverse everything.
Yep.
And try not to get them to reverse you.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like it's gonna be very few people who do that now because it's just ridiculous. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty much to do that. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna make you fucking earn this $1 million by fucking making this really hard. so hardly anyone would get through it.
Yeah.
They don't want fucking 10,000 10,000 winners now or everything like that now, or 10,000 competitors. No even have a select few.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not even gonna try because I know I'm gonna get frustrated and
Yeah, I tried it once. It's like, that's not for me. Like, I'm not great. I'm not great at this game. Like, if I was better at reversals, then maybe, but nah.
Yeah. Not worth the time.
Yeah, I need to play more of it though. Like, I didn't play a whole lot of the career mode though. But what I played of it thus far seems good. But I did watch bits and bobs of when Adam Machidi played through it and called the Holic, so I kind of know where it goes.
Yeah, I saw a couple of that, a little bit of those. I stopped watching because I kind of don't want it spoiled for me. So
yeah, I know the last matches now in the game. So yeah, I won't say anything here.
Right, I'm pretty much Triple H.
So anyway,
I'm guessing it's Triple H probably.
No, I don't think so.
It's not Triple H?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so now.
Alright.
I could be wrong. Like, I think I know if I was looking properly, right, that was the last match, though. I could be wrong, but it was a WrestleMania match now anyway.
Okay.
But I won't say against who.
Okay.
It's not I don't think it was Triple H now.
Alright. Because I know he hackles you the entire time.
Yeah, during the early in the NXT thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's W2K19.
Yep.
I think that's probably the reason why I bought it though, because I've actually gotten back into WWE. Like, kind of, like this year I've actually got back into wrestling in a big way though. Like, I listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts now. I watch
New Japan.
WWE. Yeah. I watch New Japan, some of New Japan and stuff like that now.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably all really though, because I can't really follow anything more. Although I know there's a lot of other promotions out there like are a lot better.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just so accustomed to WWE and New Japan, and like there's other stars out there who wrestling. There's other people I know wrestling other promotions like Progress and Ring of Honor out there, but I don't know them as well as ones in you know, WWE and out there.
But I know the Bucks and those guys are in Ring of Honor and
yeah. So. But like, I know them like from New Japan, but I know them for like a while as well, and they're in TNA.
Yep.
Like 2010, I think they were like the Generation Me, I think they were called.
I think so, yeah. And I think it's Nick that was in WWE for a while. I think he had a match or something.
Yeah, I think he had a match, and the Matthew Botchamania, he did a review of the ECW where they were dressed up as DX.
Yeah.
With Miz and Morrison.
Well, they did that on the Being the Elite.
Yeah. Yeah, that was 2008, so that was like 10 years ago, that their thing.
Yeah.
I think that was the Dirt Sheet, I think that their segment was called.
Okay.
Miz and Morrison.
Oh yeah, Miz Morrison, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. Anything else?
Anything else? I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I think I talked about in the last podcast that I was playing. I never finished the game. I never finished the story because it is really, really, really bad. I could say really bad story. So I never finished it. I said, yeah.
Is that the reason why you stopped playing it then? Just because the story?
Yep. Because the story was bad, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this because it's kind of the game is really like walking and doing a lot of climbing and scaling mountains for a while. You have almost no combat in the beginning of the game. Like, it takes a really long time until you get into combat at the beginning of the game. And then at one point, there's like combat constantly. Like, you're fighting constantly. And there's no more like finding stuff or tombs or whatever. And it's like the game is really badly separated. Like, you don't have a little bit of combat, a little bit of like 2 was, or the first one was. Like, you don't have that that like just part a little bit of combat, a little bit of a climbing, a little bit of tombs, a little bit of like it's really okay. You have all the climbing and then you have all the combat and then I'm like, okay, well, can I breathe a little bit here?
It's not as structured well as the other
Yeah,
two.
and the story's bad, so that really doesn't help the game at all.
I wouldn't really necessarily go to the two Vader games for the story
No.
because the stories in the last two games weren't necessarily memorable
I mean, the
either.
first
But
one was good. The first one had a good story. Second one was but I think they
yeah, they're adequate enough now. They weren't
yeah.
like you wouldn't like I can't tell you what happened in them now.
I think they drag the story from 2 into this one. Like, the premise is that Lara rather, um, unleashes an evil on, the world and like almost like the plagues of Egypt, like a little bit, like volcanoes and stuff like
Okay.
that. And she's the reason why this happens with a little bit of help from the, that shady organization that's after her, which I don't.
Trinity, isn't it?
Trinity, yeah, exactly, Trinity. So, it's like they at some point they make her out to be the bad guy, which is kind of weird. And then, she kind of comes off as a bad person. And then in the end, it's like the whole, well, not the end because I didn't get to the end, but towards the end, it's the whole like redemption thing and the whole, okay, well, I'm sorry I did this, but I'll do better. And I was like, oh my God, what is this crap? What is, I was like, okay, this story is really fucking bad. I need to stop it.
How much did you play of it?
I almost got to the end. I was pretty much at the end of the thing. Like I should have continued, maybe playing on, but I was like, I can't handle this anymore. I did all the tombs and everything, and I was like, okay, I kind of seen what this game is about. I don't care about the story. Like I watched it on YouTube, how it ends and everything. It's like, okay, I don't really care about the combat. I don't care about the story. I don't care about the characters. So whatever, I'm just gonna stop playing and go play something else. And that's what happened with that game. So I don't really recommend it. I mean, it's not structured well. The story's bad. The characters aren't great. It's
Yeah, I heard it wasn't really that. It wasn't well received though. It just got a lot of mixed feedback, which is a shame. But this was done by a daughter team anyway. This was done by Eidos Montreal, I believe, rather than Crystal Dynamics, because I think they're working on the that Avengers game.
yeah, they're
Aren't
working on the Avengers video game. So they didn't do a Tomb Raider at all. So yeah, I mean it does show because it's not good at all. I really did not enjoy it. So I did play a lot of it, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. So
they? That's a shame.
yeah, it's a shame.
Like I still want to play it though, but I'm not gonna buy it though. I'd rather probably rent it out.
Yeah,
though,
rent it.
once they
It's still a
get
long
around.
game, but it's not Red Dead Redemption long, but nothing is really. But I mean
You stole my joke.
yeah. But yeah, I mean it's still for what it is, it's still long. It's still a long, dragged out game. I think one part that's cool that I really enjoyed is that you get to play as Lara when she's a kid. Like she's I think 12 or 13, and you go around the manor and do some stuff. That was cool. I enjoyed that part. But the rest is pretty much dragged out and not really good. So, yep, that's pretty much it. That's my opinion of that. So, not recommended.
I'm not, oh yeah. I'm just gonna ask you now. Seeing as you're like a big Fallout fan, I'm curious to know about why you didn't get Fallout 76.
The main reason why I didn't get 76 is because I've seen a lot of reviews and I've watched people play that game, and I'm like, it's really, there are no NPCs, there's no real quests in the game. You know, like Fallout is you meet the NPCs, they give you quests or you fight them or stuff like that. That's what Fallout's about. Here it's just you go into the world and you meet other people. It's pretty much a survival game now, which I'm like, okay, at the beginning I was like curious about it. I was like, okay, this looks intriguing, interesting, but when I saw how shallow and how empty the world is and how much there isn't anything to do, I was like, okay, well, no, I'm gonna still play the game because I'm a Fallout fan, but I'm gonna wait until I can get it for cheap. I don't think that game's gonna stay $80 too long. Let me tell you.
I think it's already, you could get it for cheap up in some places now. It's like dropping price pretty quickly.
Because I don't.
Like
it didn't sell well. That's for sure. Not a lot of people got that game.
Yeah, I heard it's a bit of a mess, a buggy, like more so than previous Bethesda games.
Previous Fallout games were already a mess and they weren't online, so
yeah,
you can imagine that this one's very
like
big.
people are just people are just pissed off with this here though, so they are like the way it is, and like I wasn't really interested in playing it whatsoever though, but it's just I actually did expect it to be sort of this bad.
I think real Fallout fans who have followed the series since 3 and played like 3, New Vegas, and 4, and played some of the Oblivion and Skyrim and stuff like that. They see this game and it's like, because Elder Scrolls Online is doing very well for them, and I don't know if they wanted.
Yeah, but that wasn't the case. So when it started,
no, exactly,
it was like blasted on. But I heard it's actually like quite a good game now.
Maybe they're gonna build Fallout 76 to be like Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know. Maybe it'll become better in a year, or
yeah, like just wait 6 months to a year or something. It might be like what people wanted it to be.
Exactly, like No Man's Sky.
But that's always the case with a lot of games nowadays, where you're basically paying for like a beta, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like this is pretty much a beta. It seems with all these bugs and just nothing in the world, just a lot of like emptiness and stuff like that, and like maybe a year or so now, it might be, great.
Yeah. It might be a fantastic game and people go back to it and everything, but for now I have, and I'm a huge Fallout fan. This is coming from somebody who loves Fallout a bunch, and I have zero interest in that game right now. It's like maybe if I get it cheap, I'll play it. But for now, I'm like, no, I don't want to spend either the money or the time playing this. Like there's other stuff that I want to play, and I don't want to play this for the very little time that I have now to play the games. I don't want to be spending it playing Fallout, so
Yeah, like I feel sorry for people. Some people bought this game when it came out at $60 or whatever, full price here, £50 or whatever, and like a week later, it's like half price.
Yeah, imagine in a month it'll be like
around that
$20.
It's like, jeez Louise. Like I could see this game going way down quickly.
I think by Christmas it'll be maybe half off, and like not on a sale or anything, just normal pricing will be half off. So,
Yeah, half off on yeah.
I don't think that game's gonna do much of anything for a while until they populate it and put more stuff in it and build it up, if they want to do that, because they might just say, okay, whatever, just drop this and work on Elder Scrolls 5 and that other space game that's coming.
You mean 6?
Yeah, or 6, yeah, rather.
Yeah, Skyrim was 5.
So Elder Scrolls 6 and that space thing that they have going.
Starfield,
yeah.
Yeah, people. I think it's the thing as well that this may have been okay. This could be a prototype or something, like okay, let's see if we can get this working on this kind of in this universe here, though, because they might do something like this with that Starfield game.
Yeah.
This multiplayer kind of survivalish game.
I mean, we have enough of that. It's like fucking all the battle royales and all the freaking survival stuff, like that's enough. I mean,
Yeah, like I'm not really into that genre anyway, so this had pretty much little to no appeal with me
yeah.
whatsoever. Like I couldn't care less about like the games like Rust and like I at the time I was kind of interested in playing DayZ, but the fact is that's game's still not even properly out yet.
Exactly.
It's like that's been around for like 5 years now, and it's still not actually hit 1.0. It's still actually in a
That's
beta
insane.
or alpha or whatever. It's like, wow.
That's insane.
I actually thought it'd been out by now at
Yeah.
least. Like I know making games is hard though, but like
It's not that hard.
I just assumed it would be out by now that they're.
Yep. It's hard, but it's not
But
that hard.
that-
You know what I mean? But yeah,
I wouldn't like to make games
No.
so it'd just be really troublesome.
especially with the Rockstar schedule
that
that they
whole,
apparently had.
Yeah.
So
The crunch stuff though, that's they're not the only culprit now. That tends to happen with a lot of different companies.
for sure.
Like, 'cause I could not flipping, I just flipping lose my mind. I had to work like 60, 70, or 80 hour weeks.
Yeah, that's
Be
it.
like, fuck, I have no fucking time to do anything else.
Go home, go to bed, get up, take a shower, go
Yeah.
home, go to work.
Yeah. Be like, fucking practically your livelihoods, your job's pretty much your life
Exactly.
at that point.
So yeah, I don't think I would like doing that for sure. But some people do like that. So again, I'm not getting that game for a while. I have other games anyway on my schedule to play, so we'll see. And you've enjoyed a game that I finished a little while back that you finished in platinum, then got through.
Yes, good little segue there. Yes, I know in the last episode you talked a good bit about Marvel's Spider-Man. It came out, and since then I rented the game, I finished the game, and I platinumed the game. I was actually surprised I got it though. When I sent them, I think it was Uncharted Lost Legacy back, which is a game I'll talk about as well in a bit. And I sent it back and actually got Marvel Spider-Man. I was like, oh cool, getting this game here next. That was great. It was like near the top of my list though, but I didn't expect it to. It's like, because the one above it, I think it said in stock.
Okay.
And then this one had said sealed to 3-day wait. So I assumed like, oh okay, I'm probably gonna get that other game. But no, I got that game. I got Marvel Spider-Man instead. I was like, oh great, that's great. Didn't expect that. And yeah, I heard this game was great though. It got a lot of great feedback and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, this is like the best Spider-Man game. It's just like one of the best licensed superhero games.
Yep.
And yeah, I played through it though, and yep, I really like this. I think it's probably the best, best licensed superhero games pretty much since the Arkham games.
Yep.
I don't even think there's that much out there besides, other than like you said, the Lego games, but they're their own separate thing anyway. Because they pretty much play the same anyway, so they do. But yeah, Spider-Man. I don't know. Like I think pretty much what you said in the last episode, pretty much agree with. Like, I love swinging around New York City though. Like just swinging around, just like doing all these little wee tricks and using the web zip and stuff like that just to get through the skyscrapers and stuff like that pretty quickly though. Like it's just very easy and quick enough to get to each of the objective points, which is totally the opposite of Red Dead Redemption. I'll get to that.
Yep.
Don't worry. I'm not going to be burying that game, but I do have my problems with that game.
Yeah, it's not perfect.
It's not a perfect. Yeah, I'll get to it though. I really like the story.
Yep.
So do I think the story is where I think the character arc of Otto Octavius is well done. I really like that arc though. I definitely enjoyed the interactions with him and Peter. you know, when he was at the lab and that there, and you could see like he's kind of sort of trying to make this.
He's changing.
Yeah, it's like still changing, and like he's trying to make this what's this like neuro thing?
Yeah, well, the thing
like
that becomes
like
the octopus.
Yeah, the tactic is he has this like arm thing at first to try and put on the same guy who's like lost his arm or something.
Yep.
But then Osborne coming in and sort of, you know, pretty much telling him to shut, like, not getting funded anymore, and just basically going in to shut down his like this research and stuff like that there. And you know, he has this grudge with Osborne. You don't really know why until like later on in the game and stuff like that there. And like it's well done. And also like the whole thing with Martin Lee.
Yep.
Like I kinda like curious what's like I knew that was him though, but I was like I actually didn't expect, like I thought it was gonna be some sort of event that's just gonna show you what happened to him during it, and then that's why he became Mr. Negative or something though. Like during the game, like during the timeline of the game though, but you do find out, like, you know, later on in the game the reason why, like he's become this way, like it's this like, experiment, and like he pretty much like kills his parents. Like spoilers, people, this is gonna be a spoiler thing here now, so and like the game's out a few months now. I'm sorry about that. And like I just definitely did like the sort of thing, and like, you know, the relationship between Mary Jane and Peter, and like, you know, Aunt May and Peter and stuff like that as well. And you know, I was like, there was one thing I was just like I know, you know, the guys like, you know, Rhino and Octopus, Rhino and, you know, Electro and stuff, like they were in the game because they were in the demo and out there. I didn't know they were in it so late.
Yeah, that's right. They came in like really late in the game.
Right at the end of the second act.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, I actually thought they would probably be like maybe around the first, like maybe the end of the first act, around sometime in the second act. But it was like right at the end of the second. That was like the last mission you did in the second act.
Yep. Was
that mission where they broke out of the jail, and I was like, wow. And then pretty much like the next lock of missions you do there is just pretty much taking care of them. I was like, okay. They just seemed to be, they were there. Of course, they were bit players anyway, because the main sort of
the arc
antagonists were like Martin Lee, and then basically when you find out about you know, Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus, and then pretty much like the main sort of antagonists at the end of the game. And
I think it's pretty much.
And also there's like these sites, like then there's this I'm actually curious though about the that's actually a story mission anyway. But like the whole research thing, you know, the research stations you go around and do with the voicemails of Harry. Yep. But then there's like a mission in the game itself where you're sneaking into the Osborne the building, isn't it? And you have to get like, what is it now?
Yeah, it's Mary Jane that does the that mission, I think, right?
No, there's a mission like that. I think you do as Peter as well, or something. You have to. No, it's Mary Jane, but there's also one with Peter as well. You have to enter the code in, and you have to go into like this lab or the secret area, and you have to get something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Mary Jane's.
Mary Jane. Yep. Yeah, I think it's Mary Jane. Yeah.
And she brings a spider with her that bites Miles.
Yeah, that's right. And then he becomes like Spider-Man as well. Yeah, and like this whole story as well, where did you think like did you have any what did you think of like the ending now, you know, when you found out that Harry's in the tank?
Well, I think everybody's saying, I watched a couple of videos on it, and they're saying he's going to be Venom.
Oh, okay.
Because I think there's a story arc in the comics where he becomes Venom.
It did look that way, because at the end though, like this, like it looked like like near the end that scene showed like this thing coming out, like the black. It sort of looked like the symbiote or something, like tentacles or something.
Exactly.
So I assume that's like, okay, interesting. Actually didn't know that now. I didn't know that was like a storyline now where he was Venom in a storyline
Yeah,
arc.
storyline arc in the comics. I think he becomes Venom for a little while after Eddie Brock
Okay.
has been him, or maybe he'll become
Uh,
after Eddie, or I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna play this out, but yeah. But this is part of a big Marvel video game universe that they're doing. So there's gonna be Doctor Strange and other video games in the Marvel universe that they're gonna do, which I think it's cool. It's cool that they have their own thing. So
the was it MVGU?
yeah,
The Marvel video game, the MGU, the Marvel game universe.
probably yeah, something like that. But I know that it's part of that, and the Avengers game is gonna be tied into that and all that. So they don't show you all that stuff in this game. Like you find the Sanctum Sanctorum and Wakanda
And yeah, the
Embassy
Avengers Tower.
and the Daredevil stuff, and I mean it's
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, and yeah, the Avengers Tower and stuff like that. Yeah, there's like links
yeah,
to some of the other like Marvel heroes.
exactly. So there's Rand Industries, that's Iron Fist. I mean it's gonna probably tie into a bunch of other Marvel titles, which is cool. I think Spider-Man starts it off, and Iron Man started it off for the movie universe, and Spider-Man started off with a video game universe. So
If this is the way it is now, like it's kind of weird that it's so late now.
yeah,
Like you think they probably would have done this somewhat earlier.
yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Better late than never, I guess. Because
Yeah.
this game is really really good. It's pretty much
It's definitely going to be in my top 10 though, but that's well, it would have been in my top 10 anyway, but like I haven't played a whole lot of games. Like I haven't finished a whole lot of games from this year though. So it's going to be in my top 10 pretty much by default anyway. But yeah, I just really I like the combat. There's certain parts that got a bit annoyed with though. Like I just sometimes with the fucking like those big thug guys are fucking annoying because sometimes you want to just keep bashing. It's like fuck's sake, I want to try to dodge them.
yeah,
Don't give it like sometimes it got a bit annoying. Like ones with like the guns and stuff like that, but like it got to a point where they were not so bad. Like and the ones with the rockets, they weren't so bad either. Like I like the fact when you get that ability that makes you sort of you can catch the rockets and swing it back at them and stuff like that. That was great.
I mean the powers are great and everything. So
yeah, but like it's just a really fun game just to swing around and just do different. Like I did everything in this game.
yeah, the combat is good. Reminds you of Batman a little bit.
I do prefer the combat in Batman more though, probably. But yeah, like cause that didn't frustrate me as much as this. No, it didn't not necessarily frustrate me. I didn't have a lot of problems with the Batman combat as opposed to this one.
Okay.
But it's still very fluid though, and just a lot of fun. Swing around and doing like web kick, like web kick here, like swing kick. You throw up in like a web bomb or whatever it's called, and just like get all the enemies surrounding the area thing and stuff like that in there. And yeah, it's just really good stuff though. The thing as well though, like I was actually lucky enough that I actually fucking realised at a point where because I spent, like there's like certain, abilities not there tied to trophies there, and that there's like only a certain number of like challenge trophies you get now, like challenge badges by doing like the was it Taskmaster challenges. Like I kept spending some of them on like the like upgrades for your ability, upgrades for your weapons and stuff like that, and I realized, oh no, I shouldn't be bothering spending on these because I should actually spending them on the suits though, because the suits are actually tied to getting the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I had to go back and try and get the gold, pretty much the gold medal on a few of those challenges, so I can actually have enough. Because if I spent more challenge badges on some of those upgrades, then I would probably have to play through this game again to get the suit thing.
Yeah.
Which one have been good.
Yeah.
So luckily I found that out there at a point, and I just had to do a few. I did like the stealth ones because they're actually probably the quickest ones to do and the easiest ones to do, and I got them. I got spectacular, I think it is, ultimate or something, like the gold medal one of them ones now. But yeah, I like the final fight with Otto Octavius as well.
Yeah, that was cool. Tough.
Yeah, some of the boss fights are pretty cool though. I definitely like the one with Martin Lee as well. Some good boss fights.
Yeah, I thought that game was good boss fights and good characters, good story. Like stories, because there's a lot of like branching stuff, like a lot of characters to follow, and it doesn't seem like too much all the time. Like there's a lot of characters in this, and it doesn't seem like there's too many. Sometimes you put a lot of characters in, and it's like, okay, this is too much. This is too much. I don't want to.
Yeah, there's Peters, there's Aunt May, there's Mary Jane, there's Miles Morales, there's Martin Lee, there's Doctor Otto Octavius. That's them. They're like sort of like the main players, I guess, and Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
And then there's like Silver Sable. There's and there's a few of the bit players in, and a few of them, like Black Cat, who's like, I know she's in the first DLC now. But like you do these mission, like this side stuff where you go to these different areas to find like this cat. Like she's left though, just like
that was very easy. It was very easy.
Yeah, they were pretty much like some of the easiest side stuff in the game. She didn't have to do any combat or anything like that now. But then there's like other ones like the hideouts and stuff like that, where you had to go through a bunch of waves of people and take them out as well, which I found fun though. Like I there was a point though, the last thing I had to do to get the platinum was get 100% in all the districts, and the last things I had to do was the crimes, like the popped up, like the last ones I had to do was the oh fuck, what they called? Is it the saber ones, the saber crimes and the prisoner crimes, and having to swing around and wait for them to pop up. Those sometimes took a while. Like I could be swinging around for a couple of minutes before one of them would pop up again. It was a bit tedious now. Those last ones, but other than that, it's a grand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Spider-Man.
Yep.
Definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a very good game for sure. It's very good. I really enjoy it, but for me, I think it's in my top 5 of the year for sure. Like probably, I'm going around 2 or 3 to be sure. So yeah, I really enjoyed that game a bunch. I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. So yep, it's a really good game. Very, very good game.
That's good. I will talk briefly about Detroit Become Human, because I talked about it in the last episode and I finished it since then. And what did I ask what ending you got in the last game? I don't think I did.
I don't remember.
What was
to be honest with you, I got a bad ending.
What was the ending?
I got a really bad ending. So.
Did all your characters die?
Yeah, they all died.
So Connor, Kara, and Marcus all died. Okay, so you pretty much got like the worst ending.
Yeah, I got the worst ending. I made a lot of mistakes, so I got the worst ending in the game. I'm gonna have to replay that game for sure, so I can get a better ending. So, But yeah.
Yeah, I got the sort of, well, probably the best ending, I guess. Everyone survived. I got Cara over the border.
Okay.
When did she die? No, when did she? Was it the one? What happened? Was that the? Because went back and looked at stuff and had to do a few different chases and that. There is it the one where you had to cross the river with her? Yeah.
Yep. That's the one I got. And
Because
she dies and the little girl dies. I think this the little girl dies.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember if the little girl dies. I think she gets shot.
Yeah, they both die. They both die.
They both die, right? So everybody dies. Even the black guy died in my.
Yeah, that's what happens though, because I assume you didn't get the ticket, or you got the ticket but give it back to the couple.
Yeah, that's what I did. I didn't keep the ticket. I give it back to them.
Yeah, that's the thing. You had to get in a bus in order to survive.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. I mean, I think I'm the first person to play that came from all the people I know. So, after that you played it, and I watched Austin Creed play it. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I watched him. That's his thing. His pretty much, yeah.
A lot of people in the comments were like, did you read the comments a little bit? I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And everything. I was like,
yeah, he fucking hated him, Hank, so he did.
It's like,
why do you kill Hank? Got that.
Yeah. So.
He fucking, pretty much, got that anyway. Shot himself.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you got the best ending in the game.
Well, pretty much like the best thing I got, like they all survived. I got like the peaceful sort of ending where, like I did like the peaceful demonstration and stuff like that, and where the audience, like the public opinion was in the favor of the androids. The androids, okay. Yeah. But like that's the thing. And this is another game I platinumed. I platinumed a few games recently, so I have. This is one of the platinumed. Because I had to go back now. You have to do certain choices and stuff like that. I mean, you pretty much have to play through this game pretty much like twice. Yeah. So you do. When they actually you see that the part where you have to escape the house with car. You actually can die there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Because I actually did. That was one of the things I did though, because there was like a point where you didn't need her anymore for my this playthrough thing where I can get to this part then and just make the game go quicker. And man, I've made so much quicker then, so you didn't have to go through all their parts then.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of branching stuff in this game for sure. I mean, it's. I didn't really enjoy it. Like, I didn't think it was all that good, but yeah, I mean, I can see how, because the way that my game ended, I'm like, okay, well, this sucks. This is really bad. Heavy Rain, I lost no one. Like, everybody survived. I got the best ending, everything. I get to this game, and it's like, okay, well, I guess it's a bad ending or something. So yeah, it was pretty bad. Very bad ending. But yeah, I might go back and play it and, try to get the best endings for everybody. So we'll see. It's not on my priority list for sure.
Yeah, the best thing. Yeah. Like, I enjoyed it though anyway. Like, I always enjoy these games. I know some people, hate them. They absolutely hate these games. And I can understand. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you're wrong now for hating these games. These games are something else.
Yeah.
It's a matter of opinion. Exactly. Everyone has their own opinions.
Exactly.
You might not agree with it now, but I won't go out of my way saying, oh, fuck, you're wrong. You're spaz for thinking this way now.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, there's games I don't necessarily like what people love.
I've had a couple of people who don't play Red Dead Redemption and don't want to play it, so including our own Derek.
Derek!
Who have no interest at all in playing it, so, yep.
Yeah. And I could see why.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
I'm just burying this game before I talk about it, though.
Like we did with GTA 4.
Oh, it's... Actually, to be honest, though, I could actually see a bit. Oh, we'll get there. But yeah, that's Detroit. I got Uncharted Lost Legacy for rent as well.
Yeah, how was that?
It was very good. I
Really?
enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was. It probably was It was actually better. I actually probably like this more than Uncharted 4.
Okay.
Mainly because the fact is this didn't whack 'em like Uncharted 4
Okay.
did. It was a nice little story. Just beautiful game. Again, it's a good game though, but still like combat weakest part of the game for me. It's adequate enough though. But yeah, I just enjoyed the little journey. It's like Chloe and Nadine.
Mhm.
This does take place after the events of Uncharted 4 now, so it does, because it does like Nadine's talking about like losing her sort of company or like after the sort of event, so it seems to be does take place after the events, and they're searching for a dagger of Ganesh now, or like his tusk, I believe it is, and you go through these pretty much like on Uncharted game, you go through these really lovely locations to get the treasure, and you have to get there and try to retrieve it for this other guy who I forget the name of because he wasn't really that memorable.
Okay.
The only actual memorable Uncharted villain I remember is the one from 2, Lazarevich.
Okay.
He's the only one I remember. I can't remember any of the other ones. I know like there was that blonde lady from the 3rd one who just pretty much reminded me of Helen Mirren.
Okay.
I can't even know can't tell her name now.
Any mention of
that guy
Drake in
in-
this? Nathan Drake?
Yeah, they talk about they do mention Drake though. Sam's in it, so he is.
Okay.
He comes in near the end, so you do, and you fight alongside him
Okay.
now. So you do. But yeah, there's a train part at the end. It's pretty much reminiscent of the one from 2,
Okay.
which I liked. It's pretty much something. It was like that's what it was. That was like one of my favorite parts of 2. So it's pretty much reminiscent of that, which is great.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a good game though. Like I said, it's an Uncharted game. It's over a year old at this point. Like I wasn't gonna buy this game anyway though, because I didn't want to waste my money on it, to be honest. Like to buy it now, because I would already played through it once
I can see
anyway,
that.
and that was it. Because like I wasn't the biggest fan of 4.
Mhm.
Like I said before, I just thought that you didn't play 4 now, didn't you?
I
not?
played a little bit of it. I never finished it.
Okay.
I did want to finish it.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested. Like the combats were not really good, so.
Yeah, but if you actually did play, you'd probably be the same way. It's like, oh my god, is this gonna end? Because it's just got to that point with me. It's like, I just want this to end
Hey, that reminds me of another game.
because. Oh jeez Louise. Yeah.
We're gonna get bashed for
But
doing
yeah,
that.
it's,
Okay.
No, I think there's. I don't know. Actually, we'll get to it. I hope to remember it though by the time we get to it now. But like I listened to, it's not the latest Space Cast now, but it was the one before it now where Dan Reichert goes on one on Red Dead Redemption 2,
Yeah.
and he has some points that I can pretty much agree
Yeah.
with, but I'll get into more detail
Mhm.
later. That is pretty much it for Uncharted. I got Spyro Reignite Trilogy for rent, and I got Vampire for rent. Spyro Reignite Trilogy is pretty much just a remake of the first three Spyro games. I played the first one, I platinumed it, and holy heck, that's still a fun game to play.
Yeah, it looks fun. It actually looks really fun to play.
Yeah, like it looks absolutely gorgeous though. Like I actually think this is a better job than the Crash and Saint trilogy day. Like it still looked good though, but this looks just so beautiful to play through though. And like this is I loved Spyro. Like I actually got Spyro the Dragon with my original PlayStation 20 years ago this Christmas, and I remember enjoying that game, and I got the second one as well. Played through it. I got 100%.
Spyro before he became a Skylander.
Yeah. And I got the third one as well, but I never actually finished it. That was the only one I never finished. So playing through the third one and this one would be interesting because I never progressed into that game. I think I did like the first world in it or something. That was it. But yeah, I played through the first one in this and platinum it though. Wasn't that difficult. It's pretty easy. It's just like do these certain things and get everything in the game pretty much. That's how you get the 100% in that. It's like one of the easiest platinums I got.
Yeah.
And it made I think it's 15 platinums now I have. I don't know why, I just sort of gotten into platinums over the last couple of years. And I enjoy getting them now. And like I'm not going to go for ones now which are really flipping hard to get. Like, you know, the Red Dead Redemption 2 ones, for example. Oh boy, some of them are like, screw that.
I'm going to try.
Like, get gold in 70 story missions. Screw that. That's just basically... And I haven't even gotten a single gold medal yet. I've gotten like silver and bronzes.
I've gotten a ton of bronze, a couple of silvers.
Yeah, it's pretty much my case as well. Because I actually don't think you actually could see what the objectives are.
Yeah, they don't tell you what to do. Nowhere.
They don't tell you what they are until... Yeah, they don't tell you what they are until after you finish the mission.
And then it's like, you want to retry the mission? No.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to fucking play this again. Screw that. It was a slog to play through anyway. I don't want to play through it again.
Yep, exactly.
But yes, like I played through this first one. I haven't played the second or third one yet because I just wanted to go back. I'll play through them eventually, so I will. To get the platinums in it. They're not very long games, like a number of hours.
Yeah,
anyway.
Must not be extremely long. I don't think it would be.
Yeah, like they're old games. They're remakes of old games. So, but it seems to be getting good feedback, which is nice though, because this is the first Insomniac. These are the first Insomniac games, so they were. This is the original Insomniac trilogy, and then they moved on to Ratchet and Clank,
bigger and better things.
Resistance, Insomniac, and then they went on to Ratchet and Clank, and then Resistance, and then back to Ratchet and Clank, and then they did that Fuse game which went nowhere, and then they did Sunset Overdrive, and then Spider-Man. So they've had a history of
Sunset Overdrive is good. I enjoyed that game.
That is out now on PC, which I might get when it's cheaper. I got an Xbox One, but I probably want to play it on PC. But
it's on PC now?
Xbox Ones. Yep.
Oh man, I kind of want to play that on PC. 60 frames.
Yeah, it's £15. £15 on Steam, so it'll probably be like $30 for you, probably.
Man, I need to check that out.
Probably wait till a call is in, see if it goes down a bit.
I need to check that out. In 60 frames, that game must be really great. Must be fantastic. Yeah,
they were playing on UPF, I think.
Okay.
It wasn't last week. It was a couple of weeks ago now. Because I don't think they didn't do one like the last there because it was Thanksgiving weekend. I don't think they did one the week before because of the whole wildfires business in California.
Yeah, I think it's been a couple of weeks since they've done.
It's bloody awful. But yeah, I think but Brad played a bit of it there, so he done in UPF. Like I just watched a bit of it though. Like I don't watch UPF. I just watch what what they've played, and that's it.
Yeah, and the guys from the East should be going up there soon, right?
Yep, I think they're going this week coming.
Yeah.
So they are. They'll be there for the next couple of weeks, so they'll be doing their Game of the Year discussions and
filming on it.
Hopefully, probably doing a Hitsmith 3 and
with Hitman 2.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed to get Drew or something in.
Yeah, I hope so.
And do a Super Mario Party.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Would be fun.
Although that would be like 4 hours.
I was really surprised that the Super Mario, not Super Mario, but the Mario Party quick look was done by when Dan Reichert wasn't there. By the East.
Yeah, it was like weird. It's like I
was like, what the fuck, really?
Well, what the hell is this? A fucking Super Mario Party quick look and it doesn't have Dan in it?
I was like, what the fuck? Why
weird.
Is this even a thing? Okay. But yeah, I mean, they're going to be doing that in the upcoming weeks, I suppose. So
Yeah. I just hope the Game of the Year discussion's a lot better than last year. That's all I have to
yeah,
say.
I'm not sure I'm going to listen to them. Not this year.
As long as they don't pick a fucking early access
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, that was really weird. But anyway,
Although I think they said this year they actually might be including early access
Oh, really?
games, which is like okay.
Okay.
I think I saw somewhere that I think Jeff said that or something. I don't know. It could be wrong.
okay,
But like, yeah, you did that. You did that last year anyway with PUBG. So
yeah.
that
And what was
the
the other
thing,
game
because
that
it
they
wasn't
said, oh
early
no, we're
access.
not counting?
Far Progressing
Yeah.
World.
Oh, we don't count games that aren't out yet, and then they put fucking
Yeah.
PUBG in there.
Yeah, they want that one.
Yeah.
Despite the fact it wasn't out yet when they did that. Their deliberations.
Man, that was dumb.
But yeah, that was yeah. I didn't particularly care for it.
Yep.
So I didn't. There was a lot better games that came out last year than
Oh, yeah.
PUBG.
For sure. Yep.
But anyway, back into games from this year. I got Vampire as well, or Vampire.
Yeah, how was that game?
I don't know. It's I played a number of hours in it there. This is, of course, a game by Dognod, who done Remember Me and more famously Life is Strange.
Yep.
Yeah, you play this guy, Dr. Jonathan Harris. I could be wrong with the surname, but I know it's Jonathan. He's this doctor who became a vampire, and this is set in 1919, I think, London.
Okay.
And you go around and sort of try and find how you became a vampire. Like, you don't know and then you come across this other doctor. He basically helps you, and you start working at this hospital. I think it's Pembroke Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the start of the sort of first chapter, and you go around and you talk to these other you talk to the patients there and workers there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there is this kind of system in the game where you in the system where you can actually talk to them, and they have their own little wee side missions, and also that you can sort of glamour them, I guess, or inspire them, and but they have their different levels where, okay, I'm at level 1 at the moment or something, and this character's at level 3, so I can't do glamour or inspire or whatever the term is, to sort of get him to follow you, or get him or her to follow you, and basically kill them, because you can do that now. You can these named NPCs now, where you can go around and actually kill them now, but you have to be at a certain level to do that now, or you can go through the entire game without killing any named NPCs now. You can go around and kill these enemies in the game that they're these hunters now. You kill them, you can suck their blood and that there and get these abilities and stuff like that now. I haven't played a whole lot of it now. I played a few hours of it though. But yeah, I definitely like it though. I was interested in playing this game anyway, so it was, because it was by Doug Nod, and I liked Remember Me, so I did. And of course I loved Life is Strange, so I'm always interested to play games from that studio now. And I enjoy it though for the most. I've enjoyed it thus far. I do like the aesthetic of it though. Just very it's definitely that kind of time. That's kind of very gothic aesthetic. So it does. You fight these other kind of vampire, these creatures are a bit more feral though and stuff like that, and the combat's alright now. It's not great. I do like the dodging. He does disappears and appears and stuff like that, like a vampire does, stuff like that there. It's pretty cool. You can craft craft like also those things as well where certain citizens, I guess you could say, in that Pembroke Hospital area and other areas as well that you come across in the game later on, stuff like that, are some of them have like, you know, problems. Like this guy might be suffering from fatigue and therefore you have to craft something that helps him cure his fatigue, and our one might be okay, he might have the flu or have pneumonia or something, and you have to concoct you know, something to, you have to get the right ingredients and stuff like that to concoct this thing to, you know, cure his pneumonia and stuff like that now, because of course you're a doctor and stuff like that. And also you can say you talk to the citizens and that there, and you get hints, like these like little hints, like so and so is like with this person, and then you can go to that other person and, you know, talk to them about this like new detail and stuff like that, and you lock like more details about the different characters and learn about more about them, knowing stuff like that, like characters, you know. So I think it's trying to get something along the lines of, you know, Mass Effect, just not that detailed now. It doesn't get into that far, but I think that's what we're probably trying to go for in this here, where you learn more about some of the, you know, characters around that Pembroke Hospital and some of the other areas you visit now. But it's I enjoy it though for what it is. Like it's this nice aesthetic now. Combat's cool.
Yeah, it does look
like,
it does look fun for sure.
It's, I don't know how cheap it is now. Like you can probably get it for pretty cheap. It's been out a while. It's been out since June, I think it was, May or June of this year. But I got it rented out though. I do want to finish it though. It's not a very long game now. I think if you just want to, I think it's maybe 15-20 hours. So it is. So yeah. I think the only last thing I need to talk about before we get into Red Dead Redemption 2 talk is I've entered the world of VR.
Oh yeah, you bought yourself some gear.
Yes, I do actually kind of regret not getting it now though, because it's not a whole lot cheaper now, but it's a bit cheaper than what I got it for. Like a few weeks ago, I think it was more than a month ago now. Yeah, I think it's about a month or so ago now, where like I follow a few of these, like, you know, bargain deal things on Twitter now, that they post bargains for games and stuff like that now. And this one called Post a Bargain, I think it's called. It's like a UK based one now. And they posted a bargain with the PSVR headset plus with the PSVR headset with the camera plus PlayStation VR Worlds and Astro and I think Resident Evil 7 for like £200. It's like, oh, that's pretty good. I actually might get that. And then I went in and I was saying there was other deals as well. I was like, okay, I can get that, or I can get this one, which is PSV VR headset with all those stuff plus Skyrim and the Move controllers for £270. And I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to get this offer because I might want to try out Skyrim with the Move controllers. Plus the Move controllers are pretty expensive. I think they're on their own anyway. Yeah. So just paying another £70 for that stuff is actually not that bad. So I just said, well, you know what, I'll go for this offer. And I wanted to play Astrobot anyway, because I heard such good things about it. And I did. I got it there about a month ago now. I played probably about 10 minutes of Skyrim. Not just the normal, not Move controller now. And I got a bit motion sickness, so I put it down. I haven't touched it since. I played Astrobot again. Probably played it for maybe 10, 15 minutes a couple of times. Got a bit motion sickness. Okay. And then I actually went back to it there today and played about 30 minutes to an hour of it. And I didn't get motion sickness whatsoever somehow. Okay. I got like a bit queasy now, but it wasn't to the point of like, oh, I do really feel bad.
Must be the way you were feeling that day, probably.
I guess so. Or maybe I'm just getting, even though actually, like, that was the first time I put it on, like, a few weeks ago today.
Okay.
So I don't know why. I probably might just be getting a bit more accustomed to it now,
Probably,
I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I got the headset. So this is my first time with using a headset whatsoever. So I don't know what it would be like with the, the Vive or the Oculus now. Like, I'm sure they're probably a bit more, like, they're a bit more advanced anyway than the PSVR headset, because PSVR headset's like one of the cheapest ones out there now. Astrobot is a delightful 3D platformer, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
And this is probably like the sleeper hit of the year for a lot of people, because this game has pretty much came out of nowhere, and a lot of people that I follow on Twitter have really liked it. Dan Reicher's loved it. I think Danny O'Dwyer's played it, really liked it. Fobwash, Steve Kim, he really liked it. A few other people as well played it as well. Astrobot.
Okay.
Astrobot Rescue Mission, to give it its full name. Like I don't know, do you remember, like, like the Playroom stuff, like, that came out in the PS4 launch?
Yep.
It's pretty much those characters. So you play as like one of them, and you basically, what you go through is go through these levels, pretty much like these linear levels. It's pretty much just a bit like, I guess a bit like Crash Bandicoot per se. You just go up these like these lanes and stuff like that. It's like 3D. It is like 3D anyway, but not exactly like the free roaming 3D. It's not like open-ish 3D, like, say, like a Mario game or something like that now, where you like run around these like vast areas now. It's more along the lines of, okay, you do this level, you go on these like linear path, but there's like these little side paths, so you have to look around with your headset. Okay, there's a little wee bot up there to after rescue now. Use the control to maneuver my little bot up there to get that bot now, and might have to look under objects and stuff like that, look around, up the sky, look down. Okay, there's one down there now, I can get him. Like, it just looks really, it's just really good use of the headset though. And I actually did like the last level there of World 1, and like the boss, which is pretty cool, where you get this like little hook shot thing on your controller, and you flick the touch screen to hook up these the hooks on like the screen, and you like pull your controller back to like break the wall or something now.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool thing. And also to fight the first boss, which is this big gorilla dude, and he does like the slam attack with his mouth, with his teeth, and then you have to punch this teeth, and then all of a sudden like there's a hook on his like teeth, on like his tooth, and he used the controller to hook it up, and then just basically pull the controller back to slam it down and break that tooth completely off. It's just very clever use.
That's cool.
of the controller and the headset itself.
Okay.
So I heard it gets really good. It's just really effective ways with the controller itself to play the headset and like the controller itself, and I'm very much looking forward to playing more of it. It's a really delightful game though. It's a really cool 3D platformer, so cool. It is, and I'm just actually glad it's gotten the attention. Like a guy I thought, Matt Murray's this guy on this podcast I listened to, I mentioned a few times, the Computer Game Show. He absolutely adored it, and it's like a lot of people have said it's just really enjoyed it. So I have, like, I got great reviews, and I didn't even know about this game until like a few weeks before it came out. I think because I seen it for the first time on I think it was a pre-TGS like Sony stream. Okay. This was in Japan and showed a bunch of games, and I seen it there, and I said, this looks pretty cool. And at the time I said, I kind of wish wasn't on. I kind of wish you could play this game without a VR headset, because it looks pretty cool. But now after playing through it, with the headsets, like this wouldn't work without a headset. It'll just be a standard, adequate 3D platformer. But for some reason, with the VR headsets, just adds a bit more, shouldn't say quad to it, I guess.
That was something special.
Yeah. Like, did you watch the VR rodeo on it?
I have not. No, I'm kind of late a little bit on everything, but yeah, I need to watch that. If you're talking it up like that, I'm gonna give it a
Yeah,
watch.
like I don't know. Have you seen any footage of this game?
No, I haven't seen anything about it. Not one thing.
Okay, yeah, I definitely recommend checking it out though, because it does look great. So it does
Okay.
look, it just absolutely it does look, very cool. And like, that was the first thing I tried on the VR headset, and I was just like, just putting it on, like, go all around, looking around, like, oh my god, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is very nice.
Cool.
But yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. I don't know, yeah, like, if you can find a VR headset cheap now, like, I think it gets pretty cheap now as well, and over the States now. I think it's Black Friday sales.
Probably, yeah.
It was going on offer there as well.
It's worth the
And it was here as well.
worth the investment.
It's definitely worth it though, yeah.
Okay.
I want to get things out in PSVR. I want to get that Super Hot VR.
Yeah.
Use the move controllers, and also that Beat Saber game.
Yep.
It came out this week, which I want to play because that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I know. Austin Creed
Played some, yeah.
did a video of that on up down down. But yeah. I haven't played Resident Evil 7 yet. That'll probably be a game I'll probably try maybe sometime next
you
year,
do
I
have
guess.
that? Okay. Yeah, on VR.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it's quite good, that game.
Yeah, it must be. I heard good
So it
things
is.
about the VR edition of that one.
Yeah. I want to get that Moss game as well, where you play the wee mouse.
Yeah, I saw the quick
I think
look at
that's
that one.
probably
Yep.
I think that's probably the only other game besides the ones I mentioned already that I want to play. So hopefully there's more games to come out next year that justifies this purchase.
Let's hope it doesn't die dead, or it goes dead or something.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
But I think that is it now. So finally, after 2 hours, we can finally
Let's
get
get
to
into it.
our main event.
Now, before that,
Right,
I'll just mention that I
ahead.
got Hitman 2. I haven't started yet, but I got that game on PC. It was, I think, 60% off or something like that on on CD Keys. So I bought the is it the special edition? Like I got a couple of bonus missions and some weapons and stuff like that. So I have not started playing it yet, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. So if it's as good as the first one was, I'm not even scared.
I assume that includes like the legacy stuff, like where you can download the maps from the first game.
Probably, yeah. And I do want to try, if somebody gets the game, I want to try the ghost mode, where 2 people try to complete the map. Did you see some gameplay of that? The ghost mode?
No, I know of it now. but I haven't seen.
Like Jan and Dan played that.
Yeah, I think I seen it. I think I watched a bit of that now.
That looks fun, playing against somebody else and trying to do the mission before.
So basically, it's like, okay, we won't see each other now. Is that it?
You see a ghost of the other person, but you can't do anything.
Oh yeah, see a ghost of the other person. Yeah, but you can't kill
you
them
can't
or
like
anything.
sabotage their game or whatever.
You're basically okay.
You're in your world and they're in
target.
their world, and they, each of you do your own thing, but you go up against the other. The first person to, kill the target or something like that. Gets the.
Gets the win.
I'm really interested in trying that out for sure. So, if you get it at one point, or if somebody else has it, I would love to try that.
It has to be with a friend now. You can't do it with like random people or anything, can you?
I don't know. I really don't know if it's like an online thing that you can do against random online people. I really don't know. I just know that it exists and it looks cool. So that's one thing I'm interested in trying.
That's a game I really wish I played more of. I only did like the first 2. Like I got it though, like a while after
The first Hitman, you mean?
everyone else. Yeah, I only played the first 2 missions. Like, I only played the Paris and St. Bien's missions, and that was it. Never did
Yeah,
the other
it's
ones.
really great. It's a fantastic, fantastic video game, to be sure. So
Yeah, I heard this one's. Like, yeah, if you like that first game, then you're gonna like this one because it's pretty much more of the same.
yeah, more of the same. I think it's more like sleek and more, like streamlined and everything. So yeah, I'm interested. I can't wait to. There's one map that's on like a racetrack and Formula One racetrack, and another one like it's a suburban, like little place with some houses and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm really I can't wait to play this, to be sure. So gonna get the Spider-Man DLC out of the way and play that afterwards. So yep. So that's on my plate for the next upcoming game I'm gonna play.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be playing anything else though. It'll be what, Spider-Man and Hitman. That'll probably be it for you
I
for
don't.
the year.
I
will it?
might get Assassin's Creed. I kind of don't want to play an open world game right now.
Oh fuck! I wouldn't play. Like, seriously though, like, if like we'll get to it though. But holy heck, I heard it's really bad as well.
Yeah,
In terms of how fucking long that game is.
yeah. Apparently, but I think Stephanie finished it, and then she platinumed it, and she put like 70 hours in it, or 75.
She platinumed
Yeah,
it.
she did.
Jeez.
70 or 75 hours into it, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that now after Red Dead.
I heard it's like at least 50 hours just to go through the main
Yeah.
story. 40, 50 hours.
Exactly. So if you just start doing the side quests and everything around it, and the towers and the this and the that, and no, I really don't want to do that right now. I'm really not in the mood. So
Yeah, I wouldn't. I like that's to me. That's just death. Like, I wouldn't go from one open world game to
No.
another.
really not.
No. Like I said, like when last year when I played Zelda and Horizon for the Horizon around the same time, and then it like dropped Zelda off because I was focused on Horizon
Yeah.
first. And like once I finished Horizon, I didn't want to go to Zelda now because playing 2 open world games back to back would just be an
That's way
overkill.
too much. Yep, I have no
Yeah.
interest in going to that right now. Maybe during the holidays or something, but not right now. I need a break from open world stuff. That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Spider-Man's quote unquote open world, but not as much as Red Dead or something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like yeah. So get to it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about it.
I don't like this game whatsoever.
You don't?
Nah, it's not that far now. That's kind of what Dan Riker did say though. Like he said he's had this little rant on Giant
Okay.
Beastcast where he pretty much made these points out where he said, yeah, I got to the point where I'm not liking this game anymore.
I think I was at that point towards the end. I was getting there in the epilogues. I was like, really? Okay. And then I looked online and saw it was like 6 to 7 hours for both epilogues. I was like, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me right now? I really don't want to do this anymore. So, yeah, it was.
I haven't finished the game yet, but I know how long. Like I've seen like the amount of missions I've left though, and I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna take me forever to get through. Like I don't play like yourself. I don't play as much as I used to. So I probably might play like a couple of hours of it, like every couple of days now. Like I'm not sitting down there and playing like it for 5-10 hours sessions or anything like that now. So it's gonna take me a while to get through this game. Like I don't know if I'll actually have like when I get around to our Game of the Year stuff in January, I'll probably have it finished though. Maybe. But I don't see myself actually have it finished by the
Where
end
you
of
at?
the year.
Chapter 3?
Chapter 3.
What part?
And I still have 4, 5, 6 and the 2 epilogues.
And the credits are 35 minutes long.
So basically fucking Ubisoft
Yep.
length.
But there's some story stuff in the credits, so I mean you don't
So
play
you have to
the
fucking watch the
credits,
credits.
but there's some story stuff that's in there, so you kind of want to watch the credits. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the last, what was the last missions I was doing now?
yeah, your last mission, so I can get an idea of where you are. Now you're at that camp at is it the camp by the
Yeah,
water?
Clemens Point. I'm not now.
Okay.
Yeah, the Clemens
Okay.
Point. I did the missions where you take the letters back and forth between
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah,
grey
the stealth
guy
mission.
and
Yeah.
Penelope. I did the thing where you drive the wagon with the woman's suffrage
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. Hmm.
There was another mission I did after that now. I think I did the one where you take the moonshine, I think, to the manor with Hosea.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did that mission. And I think I might have done another mission after
You're
that.
close to the end of chapter 3.
And I think that was it then.
It,
I have a bunch of missions available now where I can either do this thing go with to spy or do these ones. Yeah, it's like I've got to the point where Dutch said, okay, we can either go this way go see this way the Greys, or go this way with the Braithwaites or whatever, and then have a few missions unlocked there now you could do. So that's
yeah,
where
I
I'm
think
at.
you're coming close to the end of that chapter, where the first big story thing happens.
Okay.
Major story thing happens.
Major story
Yeah.
that happens. Okay.
You're getting close to. I don't know if you want me to talk about it, but you're getting close to that. So
The thing is, though, I actually do know what happens at the end.
you do know what happens?
Yeah, I kind of accidentally came across it.
Well, you do know that, I mean, they're not all going to survive.
But the problem is, though, I had a fucking idea concerning the fact that a certain character is not in the game.
Yep. Hmm.
But yeah, I won't say anything
Yeah.
more now.
Like of course, there are some characters in this game that are in Red Dead Redemption 1.
Yeah,
So,
because this is a prequel, though. I know, Dutch is in it. I know John's in it, of course. I know
John Marston is
Javier is
the
in
main
it.
character.
Yeah, I know Javier is
yeah.
in it, and I think Bill
Bill Williamson's
Williamson, I
in it
think, is in
also.
it as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. The other ones, I think that's all of the ones I know of that are in the first
Yep.
one.
That's pretty much the ones that are in the first one. So,
Yeah. So you basically find out what happens to the rest of these guys.
Yep.
So,
exactly.
if they're killed or if they're away somewhere else or something along those lines.
Exactly. I won't reveal everything, but yeah, there's let's say stuff happens. A lot of stuff happens. So, yep.
Okay, I think I like the game. I do like it. I don't know. At the first few hours, I actually think I was really loving it though. I think it's a fucking gorgeous game though.
Oh, yeah,
that's
it's
pretty much a
fantastic.
no-brainer. It's probably one of the best looking games I've ever
Yep.
played, and I'm not even playing on 4K.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm playing on shitty old 1080p.
Yeah, but it still looks good in 1080 for sure. I mean,
Imagine playing this in standard definition. Actually, I don't think you can't even play it on standard
probably
definition.
not. No.
There's no, yeah, because there's no HDMI. No, you have to, because no fucking SCART or anything like
Yeah,
that now.
exactly.
Or RGB thing. You have to play it in HD. But imagine playing this game in standard definition anyway.
Yeah,
it'll look really
exactly.
bad.
Well, yeah, it's a gorgeous looking game.
Yeah.
The environments are great. I mean, so just going by horse, uh, riding your horse across the different environments, and just the whole thing looks gorgeous. Get to some places where there's a sunset or something like that. And,
Yeah, sunset or the night sky, the moon in the
Yep.
sky, just lovely sky boxes. So there is. It just looks absolutely
is
gorgeous.
a wonderfully
especially-
looking video game for sure. It looks fantastic. I think the cast of characters are great. I really like Arthur Morgan a lot. So
I think he is probably the best protagonist that's ever done.
Yeah, and you can
And
the
I,
honor system. There's an honor system in this if you're a dick or if you're a good person.
yeah, you can either be a complete dick and rob people and shoot them, shoot them on sight and stuff like that, or you could be a more animal gentleman where you can help rescue people from bandits, or you can help people like you come across people who are in trouble, where this guy, I need to get the snake venom sucked out of me, or this guy got stuck on a bear trap or whatever, and there's one of them this woman as well took this woman to this place because she lost her horse, and this other guy as well took to the doctors and stuff like that. And of course, like, you might come across a few of these people again. It's like, oh, hello there, how you doing? This guy saved me from this here. Some of them have offered me a gun.
Some offered me some new piece of clothing or something like that. So that's cool.
Yeah, some of them just basically say, okay, go in this store, just pick something out. It's on me. The first thing I did, I didn't realize the store had it though, clothing options. I thought it was just like, it sounded like I just picked a watch for some reason. I was like, why the fuck did I pick a watch? And then afterwards it's like, oh man, they had clothing, I want to pick an outfit. But then the next time that happened though, is I came across another guy. It's okay, I'm getting a suit this time.
Let me give you a little tip for later on when you get to further chapters. You're gonna have some guys going after you often when you're on the road, when you're traveling. You're gonna have some guys attack you, and this I learned this because of what culture. Change your clothes regularly, like change them. Do a mission or two, change your clothes. Do a mission or two, change your clothes. You'll get less attacked, because sometimes you just get. I would go into cinematic and just let it go. Just let the horse, ride, and I get attacked and you don't really have time to react, and then you're dead and you lose money, of course, because it's
yeah, that's what happened a few times.
Where
I was just running around, and all of a sudden, I got attacked by like bandits or something. There was like kind of a bit of an ambush or something like that there, and I did get killed a few times. I got crap.
So change your clothes regularly, so you'll get less attack. You'll get attacked, but less than if you're in the same clothes all the time. So that's the thing I learned. Okay. Which
well, I did kind of change it. Change it like a bit often though. Anyway, like I got the Saint Denis costume. That was like the first outfit I purchased, and then I got the. What was the one I got from that guy? I think it was the Pursuer one or something.
Okay.
I got that outfit as well from the guy who I saved, and he basically told me like go and buy something on his behalf on his tab. And there's like a bunch of other suits, not like complete outfits now, but like jackets and stuff like that you can wear, mix and match.
Yeah. Like I love the whole randomness of it. You're just riding and something will happen. It's not like you're just riding on you're just riding your horse and nothing happens for the entire journey.
Yeah, that's the thing I look forward to though, because I just want to run around. Like I did come across like two of the same, like the thing where I had to stick, the snake, the venom one. Like I've come across that twice now, but all the other ones have pretty much been like completely different. Like I came across like you don't know if you saw that picture now where it was basically these guys look familiar. It's like these get like the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, saw that.
So then basically I went up to them and basically said stop this shit, and I like shot them all.
Yeah.
And also, and then I came across again where I was just these two guys. It was like two of them, and they were up in like I think trying to put this cross up. Okay. And it was like one of these, the other guy with the black hood now. I basically say, hey! And then the cross went down and crushed the two white guys. And I think I said I got actually honor for that, so I did.
That's cool.
Which was pretty awesome. I was like, it's like the moments like this is pretty much like why it's like, yeah, I like this game.
Yep. I mean, the whole randomness of it is really good. Uh,
Like, did you read the one about Danny O'Dwyer had? Like, that one was fucking
Yeah.
awesome. When he went into his house or something, got robbed or like this, and probably got laid for dead or
Yeah.
something. It is a grave or something.
yeah, I saw that.
Like that one sounded cool.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was a really good one. Which ones did I come across? I got the lady who was looking for dinosaur bones. That's one of the strangers.
Yeah, but they're not like random. They're more like stranger missions.
Yeah, they're
things, so
strangers
they are.
that that you can come across and that you meet.
That's the thing as well. Like I've come across like what I think 5 or 6 stranger missions, maybe
Mhm.
more, and like half of them are like flipping go get collectibles. It's like
Yeah,
shit.
no, I was like, nope.
Like I got
Sorry.
that one, the dinosaur ones. Yeah, I got that, and then the next one I got come across. Get all the cigarette
got that
cards.
one.
Yeah, great. Don't worry about that. And then the next one I came across. Oh, found these rock faces. Great, another fucking
Yeah.
collectible one.
I'm like, well, nope, sorry.
But then I finally came across one.
Hmm.
The last few I've done actually are like I did you do the one where you had to rescue the one for Margaret?
Yeah, yep.
The what's this like the circus guy the
Mhm.
troop. You had to rescue the zebra, the lion, and the
I
tiger.
heard of
whatever
that
it
that
was.
one, but I didn't get that mission though.
Uh
That sounds cool
that
though.
was pretty. It was a
Yeah.
pretty good one. Yeah, you had to go rescue a zebra who's pretty much like I think a mule or something,
Okay.
like like painted with stripes. And then there was this one where you had to fight this tiger, and this he says like I got this tiger, and like always this woman, I forget her name, always got her out setting with a lion, and the lion was basically a fucking dog with like this mane put on it.
That's cool.
And then it's like, okay. And I was like, okay, right, that's... And then he says, okay, you have to search. And then he brought that, like, tiger back. Up in the tiger, like, killed the dog. And then you had to take the dog and put it in the cage. And basically get the tiger... I think it was like a wild cat or something to go into the cage to basically eat it. And then basically said, like, up in the woman and the guy was saying, I thought they were friends. And fucking they killed it.
Sounds like some Yakuza
And then
shit.
also...
A little bit.
And then the last one you have to find this lion, and then it said, okay, Arthur basically seems okay. It must be another dog there with a mane, and then you find out you go to this like this farm, and it's like actually in this barn, stuck in this barn, and like these two guys is like, go, what are you going in there for? I'm going to get this thing. It's like a dog, isn't it? And they're basically saying, it does look like a dog to me. And then you go in, and then you hear some rustling outside, like, oh my god! And then you go outside, and there's like fucking one of the guys that like down's like dead. And then you go down this other like barn area, and you go in, and you find out it's actually a fucking real big lion.
Okay.
And you go into like quick draw mode, and you have to fucking shoot it dead.
Okay.
Then it was a really cool stranger mission.
Yeah,
So it
that's
was one of my favorites thus
sounds good.
far. I
Did
did
you get the one with the lady that's burying her husband, and then you help her hunt, and a couple of things like she invites you to dinner, and you become friends with her and everything. I thought that one was it's not a very difficult one. Like you shoot wolves and anything.
That's a stranger mission
it
now,
is.
is it?
That's
Okay.
That-
No, I haven't come across that one now. Well, I did the one where the guy on the site, like the drunk guy, and he asks you to go to this place to get some like the watch, the ledger, and the pistol.
yeah.
I did that one, and I did the one where this colored doctor guy, you go and have to get his wagon
Yeah,
back.
I did that one.
And I think that's all the ones I've done thus far.
Yeah, the drunk guy that tells you to go to his house and get the stuff, and you find out that he was a slave trader.
A slaver. Yeah.
I went back to him and I shot him. Yep.
Oh, you shot him? I don't think I
I
shot
got
him
some
now.
honor for it. Yep.
Oh, do you? I should have done that then.
It was like you're a piece of crap, and then the mission finished, and he was just
Yeah, then you just
hanging
shot
around
him.
there,
though.
and then I shot him in the face. So I was like, okay, well, none of you, nothing of that anymore. I actually reached full honor. I got the highest honor thing. You get a trophy for that.
Yeah, so you're basically you're playing more of like
Yeah,
an
I was a moral,
honorable
like a
Arthur
good
then.
good guy Arthur.
Yeah, like I always like whenever I'm riding around and stuff like that, and basically when I pass someone, I go like that, "Hey, Mister!"
Yeah, and you get +1 honor
And
each time
sometimes,
you.
yeah, sometimes you get honor for it, doing that randomly, which
Yeah,
is cool.
I got.
The thing is, what sometimes it sucks though is like you fucking lose honor if you shoot a horse by accident when if you so you do, which kind of
Yeah, because
sucks.
sometimes you're trying to shoot
Sometimes,
the guys and you end up shooting the horse.
yeah, shooting a horse and you lose
Yeah,
thing, which does kind of suck though.
I think.
Yeah, like actually one of the last missions I did there, I think it was the actual that stranger mission with the doctor who had taken his
Yeah.
wagon back, and as these guys came when I was taking it back, I shot them right, okay, and then all of a sudden I was going along a bit more, and all of a sudden, so mission failed. Like, what the fuck? And then it said the law was alerted.
Okay.
I do not know why that happened. It was a run. It just ran. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Wow. Yeah, there's some there's some bugs.
That was weird. I don't know why that failed that mission. And then like okay, I just started there like near it again. That didn't happen again. It was just a weird random thing.
Did you meet the
Like I
two
don't
brothers
know.
that are fighting over the woman? Did you meet those guys?
No, I
They
don't
ask
think
you, I
so.
think the first thing
They
they ask
don't,
you to do is shoot bottles on their heads. And after that,
no.
they ask you to punch them as hard as you can. It's
Okay, no, I haven't come
that was
across.
pretty fun.
No, the only other stranger mission I've done as well is that photographer guy as well. I've done a few
Okay.
of his. That's the only other one I've done, and no, I haven't come across that one. Like I've come across a few people where they basically challenge you to shooting
Yeah.
contests. Like you shoot the bottles and then shoot the. I did one of them, the first one. I did the bottles and then I lost with the bird because I couldn't I ran out of quick
Okay.
draw, and basically the guy said, "Okay, right, pay up." And I basically said, "Nope, I'm not paying you," and I fucking
Yeah, I did
shot
that
him.
too.
But then the second one I came across was this guy like by this like river, and I did it there, and I did both of them then, and I got $10 there.
Okay.
So, and then this guy as well. Did you come across the guy who sells you this treasure map?
Yep, I did.
He said he said he was going away to Japan or something the next day. This is probably one of those ones I felt really sorry for. Is like I didn't have any money at that point. He was looking
Yeah,
for money. I didn't. I had
because
hardly.
I got him in the epilogue, and you don't have your money in the epilogue that you had from the main game. So
Yeah.
you're kind of broke, and I came across him, and I was like, okay, well, then I threatened him, and I threatened him, and I threatened him, and then he gave me the map, and he just went away. He said, okay, don't shoot,
No,
don't shoot.
yeah, I no, no, I fucking I
Oh, you
shot him.
shot him? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have the money. He dropped the price a little lower, and it's like I still didn't have that money because I owed like a couple of dollars short there
Okay.
at that point because I spent it on a few other things. Like now if I was able to come across him now, I'd be able to buy it no problem because I've like load of
Yeah, I
money
finished the
now.
main game. I had
But
like
back
four
then I
thousand
was
dollars.
I have like I think $1,400 at the moment.
Yeah, at the very beginning you don't have any money, and in the prologue you don't have money
No, we
because
don't really
something
have
happens and
anything really.
you run out of money. So
Yeah,
yeah. Anyways, so I'm not gonna talk about the prologue. You'll see when you get there, but
you mean the
the
epilogue?
epilogue. Sorry, yeah.
You said prologue.
So yeah, I won't say anything about that, but it leads into Red Dead 1. So
It's kind of funny though because like there's an epilogue in the first Red Dead Redemption game, and it's like one mission.
yep.
When you play as Jack, and you go around and hunt down the. It's Ross, isn't it?
Yeah, Ross, the lawman that guns you down.
Yeah, and that's the one you come across that's the one you come across when you're
He
fishing
guns
with
you
Jack,
down
isn't
and
it?
you have to get him. But
Yeah, that's the one as well. That's the Ross you meet in with Jack, isn't it? At
yep,
the river when you're fishing with Jack,
yep,
isn't it? Yeah,
that's
I
it.
thought so. Yeah,
But yeah,
so
I
that's
mean
the
Jack is
one.
in this game and
Yeah, he's like a little child,
Abigail.
so he is. Because this is 1899, isn't it?
1899, yeah.
Yeah, because the first one's set in 1911,
I
I
think
think.
the
So it's
epilogue
like
is
12
in
years before.
1907 or oh 08 or something like that. So
Okay. Yeah, because I know the epilogue takes place a number of years
yeah.
later now.
So yeah, I mean I really like the game a lot. Like it's a beautiful game. The main story is very good. Some of the encounters are awesome. I love the characters. I think Arthur Morgan is a fantastic character. I think it's probably the character of the year, like the new character of the year for sure. Like it's
Hey, mister!
yeah. Hi, Mister. But I think he's a very good character. Like if you can be an asshole, but it depends on what you do with your honor. And
Yeah, like sometimes you can, like, greet people or you can
yeah,
antagonize them.
but if you go like to the other side of the spectrum, he'll become apparently the dialogue changes in the main story with the main characters. The dialogue changes completely.
Where if you're like down
Like
in a
if you're
raid,
a bad guy, it changes completely with you
if
in
you're
Dutch
in,
or
okay, if you're an
yeah.
a-hole.
So apparently it does that, but I was a good guy almost the entire time. So
Yeah, there's a few things I've done that,
yeah, me
naughty
too.
now,
But
but I haven't, but yeah, I've been more
it's like you're too
honorable
much of a good
though.
guy, John Marston. Not John Marston, but Arthur.
Arthur.
You're too much of a good guy and everything, and I think it changes if you do some stuff. But anyway, really enjoy the story, the characters, and everything. Some parts of the story drag on forever. Like you'll have like 7 missions to like illustrate going from here to here or doing from this to this or something like that. Like,
Like, I'm not finished with the game yet though, but I am going. I feel at this point this this game is gonna go on
yeah,
forever. And looking at the amount of missions I have left, it's like, yep, this game is gonna go on forever. And I think that is probably gonna be one of the biggest flaws for
yeah,
people. Is this game
I would agree.
it drags on too long for its own good. This game could have probably been, 10, 15 hours
Yeah,
shorter,
like
maybe
I heard
more.
people from Red Dead 1, like only 10% of people finished the game or something like that. Actually finished the game completely. So I wouldn't be surprised if the number is the same here because it's a very, very, very long game.
But the first Red Dead Redemption was nowhere near
No,
as long though. It was like what 20, 30 hours, and this is like twice
yep,
as long.
twice, maybe even more. So
Like the fact is, like the epilogue is 6, 7 hours with like so many number of missions, and like the first one had like one epilogue
yep,
mission, which lasted what 10 minutes or something.
exactly. And they don't even tell you that it's a extra mission. You need to find it, I think. Like it doesn't appear on the map. You need to actually discover it or something like that. I don't remember.
I think that's the case now. Yeah, if I remember.
So in this one, it's clearly said, epilogue part one, epilogue part two, and you play through the epilogues, and there are missions exactly the same as
You see, the second part now, there's another number of years
there's two
past, or it's just like,
epilogues part one and two.
yeah, I know, but like in part two, is it like, okay, another number of years have passed, or is it just
I
the same
don't
time?
I don't remember. There's some time that passes because something occurs here, that takes a while to do. But I think maybe a year or two will pass until, and the
Okay.
very ending, as I said, leads into Red Dead 1. So, like the stuff that you see in the credits leads to Red Dead 1. So,
Oh, it leads to what sort of happens at the start of the first Red Dead, is it? So they want to do a flipping Rogue One, New Hope thing kind of thing.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Not the same way exactly, but
Something along those lines.
somewhere along those lines, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I would agree that the game is way too long. It's way too long. Like I mean, I enjoyed my time with it and everything, and I think it's a great game and all that. But I could have played 20 hours less of this game. Like you have like let's say 5 or 6 missions. It's like okay, we gotta get to the O'Driscolls, let's say, and we have to find them, and we have to kill them, and we have to find Colm O'Driscoll or something like that. And then there's like 5 missions to set all that up to get to the point where you get to go and find Colm O'Driscoll and stuff like that. And pretty much almost the entire game is like that. So to me, it's kind of overkill. It's like okay, maybe you have 1 or 2 missions that's the setup and everything, and you get the wagon, you bring it here, and then you get John, and then you do this, and you do, But it's way too much overkill, like 6 or 7 missions, to set up your entire thing and then go to do it. I think they, I mean, yeah, it took them a while to do this game, and they wanted people to have, stuff to do and stuff like that, but it's way too long.
It just seemed like they probably added everything though and didn't trim the fat.
Exactly. And I can't even imagine how long it must be to get 100% in this game. Must be insane.
Well, basically that's like get all I don't know if
do all the bounties.
The medal. I don't know if the medals count.
No, the medals don't count.
That
counts in the story.
Yeah, but yeah, do the bounties, get all get all the hunting
the
stuff.
Legendary hunting, stuff and all that.
Yeah, but I've done a few bounties as well now, so I have.
I did 4 of 6 bounties. So
there's only 6 bounties?
Is it 6 or 8?
That sucks. Like that.
So
I've done 3, I think. I've done 2 in Valentine, and then I did the one in Strawberry. So that's the ones I've done thus far.
But yeah, I mean, the game is way too long.
Yeah, like that's one of my flaws, and also I don't know what about you, but I find it sometimes it was a bit of a chore to get from mission to mission, because sometimes you might finish a mission, I was like, oh great, and then like the mission, and then it all of a sudden, okay, the next mission's like on the other side of the map, and I was like, oh great, now I have to spend and either I can waste 10 minutes to get there, or try and get to
stagecoach or a train,
a train to get there. It's like it just seemed to drag as well. Like that doesn't help much as well. That's just going to add to the timer. And like,
I know they want you to explore the world.
Like it's fun running around the world though. But it gets to a point where you just want to get on with it though. It's like, okay, I've seen enough of this world already. I just want to get on. But like, the fact is, I'm going to have to waste another 10 minutes to get to this mission now, and then the missions thus far, I don't know how they change. Most of them are like, talk to someone with you, along you, and that takes 5-10 minutes to get to an area. Yep. Then it might be a shootout or something, or some sort of other thing, and then you might have to go back to a certain area, then go back to the camp. And then you get
pursued by the people.
Pursued by people, and I was like, yeah, like most of the missions are
cookie cutter,
pretty much the same thus far.
Yeah, but that's Rockstar.
And this was my biggest problem. That was my biggest problem with GTA 4. Was the missions were pretty much the fucking same.
But that's Rockstar. That's the Rockstar from you.
Yeah, but I didn't really have that biggest problem with 5 now.
No, I think 5 they were.
I had other problems. No. Yeah, I had other problems with 5 though. GTA 5, and the same with Red Dead Redemption though. Like I didn't really remember. Probably I don't know. But then again, it's been 8 years since I played Red Dead Redemption. But no, I don't remember it being bothersome there. Whereas this here, it's just like, I just think it's just because of the pacing of stuff where it just takes forever to get to points. Like, I wish there's some point, okay, right. You know, like, I like when the dialogue, you know, the banter between, like, say you're running with, like, you know, riding with John or, you know, Dutch or something. No, okay, that's cool, right. I would like if there was an option, say, once that's done, I can skip to go to the point then.
Yeah, there are a couple of missions that say that, right? You want to come back to camp with me, or are you going to hang around?
No, not that now. You know when you're going to the mission point itself, or like, you know, have to follow a certain character. I wish there'd be a point after, like, the dialogue's finished. You can basically press a button and say, okay, skip to get to that mission point.
Okay, I got you.
Or get to the next point, rather than spending another, you know, 3 minutes or something, whatever it is, to get to the mission. Because that sometimes happens where...
Yeah, but that's...
Sometimes you run out of dialogue.
That's why they pass their dialogue. So...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes the dialogue finishes, though, and then you have to, you know, wait another couple of minutes to get to the point then.
And then I just like keep saying to my horse, you're a good girl, you're a good girl, you're a good girl. To get him up to the... to maximum. You know you can do that, right? If you press the thumbnail, the thumbstick rather. If you press the right thumbstick, you're gonna like that's my girl, or you're a good girl, or something like that.
I didn't know that though, but I think I have reached the maximum bomb. I think with the horse I have. Adrian, I called it. Don't know why I just called it Adrian.
I got a ultimate. Is it an ultimate horse that they call it, or an elite horse? That I bought at a barn when I had a ton of money. I was like, I'm gonna buy an elite horse, and like the hearts and the stamina were at maximum. Like the whole thing was red. The whole thing is round, completely. Like there's no cut off or anything. But that was cool. That horse was amazing, but he got killed. I was robbing a train and he fucking fell down he fell down the fucking thing.
I'm gonna be really sad. That's like the one bond I have in this game though. Is like that me and my horse though, and I'd be really fucking upset about my horse.
Oh boy, you're not gonna like one of the missions though. Then, ooh.
Oh fuck, he dies, and it has to happen.
Yep. It's a story thing.
Aww. I'll use another horse.
Yeah, try to use a secondary.
Yeah, because I got another horse though. I've got another horse.
I had 3 horses at one point. And they can all follow you around, which is cool. So if you're going hunting, you can bring all 3 horses and they carry the stuff around. So that's a cool little thing. I didn't do a lot of hunting. I did a little bit of it to get a better pouch, but I didn't go like maximum pouch or whatever and redecorate the entire camp with different things.
No, I haven't done that either.
I reached maximum camp, like I did everything in the camp, but I didn't go hunting to add like stuff to it.
Yeah, because the thing is, though, you have to get like certain, you have to go around an area and find the actual, you know, certain animals and kill them with the right weapon. Though, and even though I think I did actually kill someone with the right weapon for a clean kill, but it's still like per pelt or something. Okay. I don't know, because it was like, and it wasn't like, you know, sometimes you come across, wild boar, pristine, or wild boar, or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was like a good one, so I assumed it would have been, I killed it with a rifle, so therefore it should have been like a perfect skin, and it was like purrs for some reason.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well, you need like all the different weapons too, like you need a varmint rifle to kill this certain animal with a clean kill and stuff like that, or a bow with improved arrows or something, which I have not got yet.
It's a lot of management.
Yeah, like it's the kind of the pacing kind of thing as probably my biggest problem with the game.
Yeah, a lot of management, the pacing. Like the first time you get into that camp and you see all the things you need to do, you're like, oh my god, okay. Holy crap, I don't really understand what I need to do here, you know?
Yeah, that's not so bad though anyway. Like I just, you know, spend to restock options to restock my ammo and like, you know, fit provisions and
the color coding is kind of hard to understand also. Like when it's yellow, it means it's full.
Yeah, and white's like in and
Yeah.
red's bad. I'm not a big fan of like like why could it just been okay, just have health, stamina, and dead eye. Have those meters dead
Yeah,
on.
you have your core.
But to have like
and
the
you have
core,
meter.
like okay, like I just core system though and stuff like that. Just like so many different meters to follow as well.
And your dead eye is damaged, so you can't use it. You have to take something to repair it, or sleep, or I don't know. Something like that.
Or use like
Then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go in dead eye,
that's-
and then you press the thing and click, 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 click. It's like, oh man. Okay. That happens a lot towards the end, by the way, in the epilogues. So.
Okay. Yeah, I heard there's a lot of gun
Yep.
fights later on in the game anyway.
Oh yeah. The epilogues have a lot of gunfights, and you don't have the same resources that you had. And some drag or not, they don't drag, but there's a lot of enemies and not a lot of cover. So you're kind of in the open shooting. That's cool when you have Deadeye, but when you don't have Deadeye, you're getting fucking gunned down easily.
Yeah, that's why. Like I had the lock on thing at the start, and I said, you know, I'm just gonna go with free aim. And then after a while, I was like, fuck this, I'm going putting it back to lock on because I'd just rather
Actually put
it
the highest lock on, because at one point it was getting like, okay, fuck this, man. Sometimes you don't.
Was it wide? Is wide the highest or
I think
normal?
there's wide. Is it wide or?
Yeah, it's wide, normal, and free aim.
Okay. If you put it at wide,
So
your
free
reticle
aim's
is bigger. Your dot is bigger, like because at one point when you're in the snow and you're trying to find your fucking dot to shoot the guy, or the guy is way up and you don't see your dot or something like that, that gets really fucking annoying towards the end. So I was like, okay, well.
Oh, so you go back up the snowy area then towards the end?
You go in the snow. The very final mission is in the mountains.
What, in the epilogue?
The epilogue, yeah.
Okay.
So, yep, I mean, it's a fantastic game. Some really good stuff in there. Some really good encounters. Great characters. The original story's ending is very emotional. It's very good. Got me teared up a little bit at the very end. But, yeah, it's a very good game. And fuck Dutch. Fuck that guy.
Oh.
And somebody else, but I won't spoil it for you. I won't say who it is.
Well, you kind of spoiled it with me. I said fuck
Dutch. You can see that Dutch is a bad guy.
Yeah, but like Dutch is like, yeah, but like of course he's like, you have to go and hunt him down in the first game anyway. So and he's the leader of this group, so something must happen.
Fuck Dutch and fuck somebody else that I won't spoil for you. And it's not the two guys.
I kind of have
it's somebody else.
No, I kind of have an idea though.
Okay.
Who it is? Because there's a few characters. Like I like Lenny.
Lenny's cool. Yeah.
So I like Lenny. I like the Reverend guy is a bit of a idiot though.
There's the German guy.
There's Leopold. Then there's like the women. There's Grimshaw. There's what's the butcher Swanson, isn't it?
There's the woman that you rescue at the very beginning.
Yeah, Sadie Adler.
She becomes very important.
Then there's like Tilly, the black girl, the colored girl, and then there's like Abigail. There's Jack. Then there's Bill Williamson, Sean McGuire.
Yep.
Then there's that other guy you come across, that English fellow with the name Trelawney. Then there's Bill Williamson, and then there's Charles, Javier, John, and Micah. I think that's everyone, isn't it? Micah.
Yep.
I think that's everyone. There might be a few I might be missing now, but I think that's like most of the gang anyway.
Yeah. Abigail, Jack.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, there's a few. Like there's a few people. I won't say anyone here now but there's a few people I'm not. Well, few people I'm not entirely fussed on.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that really, you know,
Jose.
that are really good people, like Hosea and
Yeah, I like Hosea.
Lenny.
So I do as well. And Lenny, they're probably my two favorite
Couple of them are
members.
dicks, but you know they're kind of friendly dicks, you know, friendly.
Yeah, like Lenny and Jose, they're
Yeah.
probably my two favorite gang members.
Mhm.
So they are. Like that mission you do with Lenny near the start, like near the end of the first
Yeah.
act, the second chapter, the drunk one.
Yep.
That's a good one. A Quiet Place, I think it's called.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I do like the game though. I'm not like I did like it a lot in the first. It is a well made game.
Oh, for sure.
I do
Yeah.
have my problems with it, and like I do have my
It's a
problems.
pristine game.
Like I don't,
Looks, you know,
just
good.
the pacing though, and like I think it's just like I haven't finished it though, but I know it is drag. It's
Yeah,
gonna drag.
it's long.
Like I think already I've seen parts where it's dragged a bit. Like 'cause I thought I was just seen to be in chapter 2 for fucking
Yeah.
eternity.
Yeah.
So it did.
Yep. Wait until 5.
Oh jeez. Oh god. Help me, Dennis.
It's gonna take a while. I think you're maybe a little bit more than a quarter done, maybe. So yeah.
You see the percentage in the saves?
Yeah, but I finished.
Is that the percentage? Is that percentage to the
No,
story
you gotta
or
you go into story in the menu, and
okay?
you have main story
Right.
there. I'll tell you.
Okay, that's the percentage
Yeah.
there then.
Like the percentage on the save
Okay.
thing is the entirety. I finished at
Oh,
79.9,
that's the
so
okay. I've done 43% thus far.
Okay.
Somehow, I don't know how that was the case.
but at one point, you know, when I
Oh,
was
yeah.
saying I was tweeting, like I did maybe 2 or 3 story missions, and I went up like a 0.1% or 0.2%. So yeah, that's what I mean by that.
Okay, so that's the overall completion
Yeah.
percentage. No, because I thought that was like the story thing. So I must be nearly halfway through the game then.
Yeah.
And I'm basically like, nope. You're basically saying that's pretty much saying nope.
Oh,
You're
no.
not.
No, you're very far from being done. You're a while away from being done.
Yeah, like I'm probably like midway or getting towards the end of chapter 3.
Like some stuff
anyway.
like business
So I
picks
still have
up
an hour.
at one point at the end of chapter 3, beginning of 4. Like there's this long ass fucking mission that never fucking ends. I think at the end of chapter 3 that drags into 4, leads into 4, and like you can't save or anything. It's like, okay, let's go here. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. And I was like, man, I need to go. I need to save. It was like I think 11:30 at night. I wanted to go to bed. Like I can't go to bed. I don't want to restart this from the beginning. Like this fucking mission just drags and drags and drags and drags until it finally ends at one point.
So it's like the Dandelion quest line
Yeah,
in
pretty
Witcher
much.
3.
But I mean, it's like it doesn't have a cutoff point. It just goes and goes and goes and goes, and then it stops. I think it's maybe a 20-30 minute mission or something like that. Like it doesn't
Okay.
stop. I was like, man, okay, what am I gonna fucking do now? So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it drags. It does drag for a while. It's like some points you're like, ugh, okay, can we fucking skip this or can I fucking go do something else or you know? It's like, man, okay, this is dragging for a while. So, yeah, you're gonna discover that it does drag for a couple of missions.
Yeah, like I kind of see myself thinking that way, even though I do kind of feel that way now. And it just says you're basically saying to me, "Oh, it's the worst is yet to come."
Yep, exactly, pretty much. When you have a 7-hour epilogue, you know that it's a fucking long game.
Yeah, that's just taking the Mickey there, so it is.
Yeah, I was curious when I got to the
It's
epilogue. I was like, how long is this thing? And then I went to see online on Reddit, And they're like, oh, it's 6-7 hours. I'm like, what the fuck, really? Okay. Oh, boy, all right. But yeah, I think this game is probably the longest that I've played since Witcher. I would have to say. Yep.
Wow, really?
And Witcher, besides the
These?
Dandelion quest, which was crap to me, uh, I never thought that it dragged. Like Witcher, I was having fun and having a lot of great quests and everything like that, and I was enjoying it. But in this one, I was like, sometimes I was like, man, this is crap. This again, okay, go here, shoot
Yeah,
these
yeah,
people,
just,
go
yeah, just,
here, escape, and go. Still the same fucking thing again, really.
yeah, just come on, get on with it here, and I just want this to end. Just want to get to the next story thread and
Yep,
stuff like that.
exactly. So, yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic game. It's going to be in my top 10, maybe top 5 for sure. But it drags in ways that a game like this shouldn't drag or shouldn't be.
Like, this is probably the longest Rockstar game for sure.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
pretty sure it is. Yeah.
yeah. Because most of the other ones, like,
It must clock in.
what, GTA 3, like, the older GTA games were like, what, maybe 10, 20
Yeah.
hours? Like GTA 3, Vice City, maybe 20, and then I think Vice City, San Andreas was probably like 30 hours or 30,
Yeah.
40 hours.
And we thought those games were long.
And then, yeah. But like, they didn't seem like, yeah, but I didn't. But then, like, that's when you're
Yeah.
younger, though, when you sort of like, you don't mind so much, though. But like nowadays, some games just seem to be longer and just seem to drag it. And like, basically, people are probably like, say, and you basically say to people, oh, this game for like 5 hours for like $60. Yeah, and then there's like this game, like, yeah.
It's like,
But I'd rather play a 5 hour game sometimes
that's good.
that for price and have an absolute blast than play a game that's like 30 hours and it's a snore fit. It's like a
Yeah.
drag for half of it or something.
Just like you have to drag through it, and not that it's
Yeah.
not enjoyable, Red Dead, but it's kind of the same mission. Like copy paste the mission and just change the characters, just change the setting.
Yeah. Like, just for, like I said, Uncharted 4, like, Uncharted 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider, right? I played them both in the same year. They're similar games. One of them I enjoy playing a lot. I've had a blast though, and another one I got to a point where I just wanted this to end because it just started. I'd say it's welcome, and they're around the same length overall for the most part. 15 hours or so. And I had a blast playing one of them, and the other one I just wanted to end. It just dragged because I just thought it should have been cut by a couple of hours.
Yeah, it's weird. I think some people actually said the same thing about Red Dead 2. It's like, man, even Tyler said the same thing. He replied to my thing on Twitter.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
It's
I
like,
see. No.
yeah, it drags. It's a fantastic game, but it just drags and drags. It could have been like 15, 20 hours, less, and it would be fantastic. It would be perfect. But it just like drags and continues on and drags and drags.
There's another thing sometimes I had a problem with as well. It's like certain times like animation things happen. Like, I don't know if you had any problems with this where I'm trying to do certain and you have to be at the right spot to activate the animation or something along those lines. And like, I actually don't like the way you could walk in the camp.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like I wish you'd pick up the pace a little bit, because sometimes it's a bit,
you can walk and you can walk faster. Like there's a little walk faster. It reminds me of everyone the Rapture game. Everyone goes to the Rapture or something like that.
Everyone's gone to the Rapture.
It's like walking and a little faster walking. Yeah, that fucking camp thing pissed me off so much. I was like, man, I just want to get to the bullets. I just want to get to pick up my bullets and move. And it's just like walking slowly. Like, oh man.
Yeah, and sometimes I want to walk somewhere and all of a sudden I just got stopped and stilted for some reason. Or I want to like go to my horse and sometimes and okay, I'm just stuck in place for a couple of seconds for some reason now.
Or if I wanted to
Just
pick up something or like access something, I need to press like the square or the triangle, and like he just waits there and then moves a little bit and then does the action. Like it doesn't
yeah.
pick up that okay, I can open the box even if I'm slightly to the left, I can still open this box. No, I have to be right in front of it and I have to open it. I think that's a little annoying.
Yeah, and also sometimes I fucking try to release use the wheel and like release this to use, and sometimes I did that and it didn't work. Especially it's like really bad when you're in a firefight and I'm like, oh my god, I'm low on health now. I have to drink this health cure or something to increase my health, and sometimes that didn't happen. And luckily enough, try to get away. And also the other things, you have to actually make your horse a complete fucking stop in order to feed it when you're on horseback.
Exactly.
I wouldn't mind so much like okay, if I'm going fast with it now, sure enough, I'm not gonna fucking like feed it when it's like running fast with it. But if it's on a little wee trot, fucking feed it. But no, it's like fucking have to be pretty much stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just another thing. It's just like kind of animation.
You have to press the right bumper for it to stop completely.
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to hitch it, and then the horse, like the fucking Rockstar thing where you're walking and then he has to walk like 2 paces more or 3 paces more because
Yeah, hitching's annoying as well because sometimes you're like right at the post. It's like, oh no, I have to be facing it at a certain direction to fucking hitch it then before it actually the prompt.
It's like just stop walking here, please.
It's just little niggles like that are kind of annoying though. Like they kind of like the more you come across and the more like they kind of get then frustrate you. It's like okay, like if they only came across every so often, I wouldn't mind so much, but they're becoming a bit of a regular occurrence. So
exactly, yeah.
Like I want to see this game through anyway though. Like I like it enough.
I mean, yeah, we're nagging about the game, but I think the game got a lot of praise. Maybe people just don't see those things or don't want to talk about those things, or I don't know how it is, but
also it's like a Rockstar game, and a lot of people give Rockstar games a pass.
Yep. They give Rockstar games a pass when they fucking destroy Bethesda when the character doesn't do a certain thing or whatever. I don't get that. I really don't.
Yeah, but the problem is with Rockstar games, they don't come out buggy messes. Like there is like little wee bugs here and there. It's like a bit janky in spots, but it's not to the point of like
not to the point of being
a Bethesda game now, where every fucking game that comes out with them, there's always going to be a bunch of bugs, and some of those bugs are probably like been in several games beforehand. It's like okay, why is this bug still popping up?
Exactly.
But that's to the point now where this Fallout 76 came out now, and basically it's like a buggy mess, and people are pretty much had their fill. It's like okay, we're kind of we're done with this here now. Bethesda, stop releasing games with bugs.
That's why I say to people, wait a while before getting these types of games. They're gonna be buggy as fuck.
Yeah, you've been using this engine for years now. You should have caught some of these bugs out by now, but they still keep popping up.
Yep.
And like a lot of games nowadays come with no bugs and therefore you have to patch them. Like so remember a time when when you actually had to get a game and
bugs or no bugs.
It might have been broken. It might have been broken, or like you might have been great, but if it was broken, that's like too bad. We're not going to release. We don't have a patch now because it's like an old game, like a PS1 game or something, or
exactly.
Like you're stuck with it. But now it's like every game that comes out nowadays, there might be numerous patches come out for it, and it might still not be fixed. Like a few months down the line, or new problems come across that might actually make things worse.
Yep. They
might fix this thing, and then they fix this problem, but then they create like, 5 new problems.
Exactly. That's video games now for you. It's exactly how they work. So,
like like you, it's probably good you don't use the creation, like, customizable stuff though, like belts and stuff like that, I guess, in W2K18, because I follow a guy on Twitter who pretty much his fucking thing was pretty much ruined, where he bought the game, he really enjoyed it, then he downloaded the latest patch, and then all of a sudden it stopped working for him properly. It wouldn't load for him when he was using customizable stuff like belts and registers and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden his PlayStation's thing crashed or something, and then he had to force to do the download the last update. And then all of a sudden it happened again, it crashed or something, and then he had to actually, and then it forced him to delete his data. Basically go back to factory setting. And he was so pissed off at that, he basically contacted 2K about it, like 2K support, and they were basically like, it's not our problem. Pretty much was the gist of it.
Wow, okay.
Well, it should have been his problem, because, and like he said, there was a few other people that came across that there as well. He wasn't the only one. Like he said, there was a few other people, that actually kind of had that there, where fucking kept crashing on them and just was basically
That's a bad answer to give.
Since that patch update.
That's a really bad answer to give.
Yeah, like if you go back to, I forget when it was, like it's Wrestling Without Context, that's the name of the Twitter feed. He's a guy from, I think from Scotland or England now. He's from the UK anyway now. I know that. He sometimes like posts screenshots of, just certain like basically with the day of the thing, like wrestling things without context.
Alright.
But yeah, I've been so annoyed if that happened.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to me either, to be honest.
But yeah, as long as you don't use like, a lot of belts, like customizable belts and stuff like that,
I don't
should
really
be fine,
use.
hopefully.
I don't use anything of those.
Yeah, just download the registers and use them in universe mode.
Exactly.
I think that's probably it.
So I guess that's our account with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, I'll stick with it though. Like, I know you finished it. The only thing that sucks as well, like, I don't know why I haven't put it in there, is like you don't even have an in-game clock, like a timer, to show how much you've played.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
And I think that's been in previous Rockstar games.
Yep.
So what they were ashamed to have it in this one, just to show, you spent wasted 60 hours in this game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know.
But yeah, this is another 3-hour podcast.
Yep, that's where we are when we do these.
Yeah, but it's been a while anyway since we've done one though. Don't expect another one now. Well, this will be the last one we've done.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. Nothing really coming out.
Because the only other game really I'm getting them.
You're getting Darksiders.
Purchased on CDK's Darksiders 3. I might get Smash Brothers. I might get that for Christmas. And I'll probably talk about them maybe, because I'll see, unless Darksiders ends up being a fucking big mess, I'll say that'll probably end up being in my top 10 anyway, so I'll probably talk about it more there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I tend to buy in terms of new releases for the rest of the year. Like, I might play a few other games, but in terms of new releases, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
And I think you're done getting games, you're just going to probably play Hitman and that, is it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably going to get Assassin's Creed and maybe Forza Horizon 4, which I kind of want to play, so I don't know.
Yeah, I downloaded there, got the Xbox Game Pass for like a month. Although I do have to sort something out though, because I played it for a bit there, well, not that long, about 10 minutes or something the other day, and the sound was hitching. Like there might have been like it was like cutting. So it was like you hear the sound and it's like a second cut, and then like it's kept hitching or something for something. It wasn't like, you know, doing like every, like, you know, 2 seconds. Now it was like every, like, you know, 10 or 20 seconds where it just like cut out for like a split second and come back in. It was like a cutting sound or something. Like I looked it up though, and it seems a bit of a problem, and some people suggest to change your settings or something in the game to this sort of sound level or something. See if it fixes it. Hopefully it does. I'll try that out this week and see. I know Derek's got it now and he's played though. I think he's. I think he doesn't think too much of it though.
I haven't seen any tweets about it.
He says it plays like a. He says it plays like a free to play game with the.
Yeah. I saw that tweet. Yeah.
With the
I think he has it for a month. He got the Xbox
he
thing
got
for a
the
month.
Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, he got it for like $1. I got it for £1 because it was on offer there. It's on offer at the moment where I can get the year. I think it's like 48 quid, which, like, I don't know. I'd like to get that, but then again, there'd probably be nothing else coming out that I want to get.
Well, I'm pretty much done for new releases until the end of the year. I mean, something new coming out. So I'm done with that. Like, it's games that came out this year. Like, I want to play Assassin's Creed. I want to play Assassin's Creed pretty much maybe during the holidays, and I'm gonna get Forza. So I have
take a break like you said earlier. Take a break from world games. You don't want to go straight into. Because I heard Assassin's Creed Odyssey is pretty much just as bad as it's pretty much one of those games. It's like, you know, just filled with a block of lost stuff. It takes like 50 hours to complete or something.
Yep. So yeah, I'm not getting anything new, and that'll be the games that I'm gonna focus on playing. Like it's gonna be Spider-Man the DLC, then the Hitman 2, and move on from there, I guess. WWE probably, I'll cover a little bit, so that'll be what I'm gonna play until the end of the year. So nothing really new, where we're gonna talk about it when we do a new podcast, I guess, after the Game of the Year one. So
yeah, I'm sure if like a few of the games I'd probably mention, like Darksiders, like I said, it might be on my honorable mentions or it might be in my top 10, so I can talk more about it there though, but just have to wait and see. But that'll be the next one, so it'll be, you know, around the usual time in January, start early to mid January. So it'll be so look out for it. Get Derek back on.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what his top 10 is, because I think he's probably played less games.
He's played less games
this
than
year.
we did.
Yeah, and I haven't played a whole lot this year. Like I think I've played enough or finished enough to fill out a top 10, but there's a few games there. I was like, I enjoyed this, but not enough to put in the top 10. But then again, he put in games that he wasn't. Like he said, like in his 2017 one, he just put games on there in the top 10 anyway, because that's pretty much all he played really from that year. So it's just basically in the top 10 anyway. So I might be heading in that direction this year.
Yep. So we're gonna have to wait until we find out what Derek has in store for us in his top 10.
Yeah.
I have a little idea of what. I think I'm pretty much set, depending on Hitman 2, you know, how that's going to turn out, but I think I'm pretty much set.
I pretty much have my game of the year.
Yeah, mine too, but I don't think Hitman 2 is going to pass it. I thought Red Dead would probably pass it, but...
Yeah, that was probably the last one, I would guarantee it though, but that could change perhaps, depending on how I feel about it after the point, but I don't think it would be.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's going to change. I think it's going to stay the same. And I'm gonna have a game from last year
Is it
lined
a
up
cert?
that I
Is it
played this year.
is it a certain game that is it a certain Sony exclusive
Yep,
game?
it's a Sony exclusive.
Is it a SM Studio game?
If it's a what?
As if it's an SM Studio
Yep.
game?
Yep.
Santa Monica?
Pretty much. It's a game in a
Okay.
franchise that I never really played before. So played the one this year and it was fantastic. So I think it's very close to being a
That's-
masterpiece.
I think yeah. That was your pin tweet
Yeah,
after all.
Exactly.
Yep. So we'll probably go and gaga
Yep.
over it together. So it'll be the second time that we've had the same game of the year.
Exactly. After Overwatch, which I need to go back to and play as the new character.
Yeah, I need to do as well.
So I need to play some of that.
So let's get off here. we keep dragging this
Yeah,
on
we're
for
gonna
so
stop now.
long now.
We need to stop.
Okay, so thank you all for listening and stay tuned for the game of the year in January.
Yeah.
Good night. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bye.
See you later, guys.